28. Saturday night, we go to 4. Sunday, sunny and cold, 16. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist, Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 56 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance and installation, and heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ring.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Happy, what is today? Thursday. Hooray!
I had to think about that actually after I said it. I just followed your lead and I wasn't sure.
I know that people, I've said this before, if they put the wrong day on my show sheet, I will believe it's that day until someone corrects me. I didn't have my show sheet taped up.
There it is. Thursday, December 11th.
Yeah.
How about that?
To show
You just
how
pulled
important.
a date out of a hat and you got it right.
I didn't say the date.
You said Thursday.
I said happy, and then I think about it.
Tomorrow's 12/12, Annie.
It's a big day.
Remember that.
It's a square day.
It's a good day to be alive.
YouTube poll question today on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Is there a war on Christmas?
People are commenting that yes, because of
Read
Kamala
one.
Harris.
What?
And I don't, did she say something about Christmas that I can't remember?
I thought that we were unburdened by what had not been when she didn't win, and I didn't have to care about what she says anymore.
Mark says yes, according to Kamala. How dare we have a Merry Christmas? So there's that.
Oh, that's not a war on Christmas. That's a war on your Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's different. Yeah, man, again, dodged a bullet. We've got an exciting show for you today. Hans von Spakovsky is going to be with us. I can't wait to talk to him about the birthright citizenship case that the Supreme Court has said that they're going to rule on the merits of the 14th Amendment, indicating that if you are born here, you are a citizen, full stop, no exceptions. And I fear as though that is going to be a very, very, very hotly contested, very, very important flashpoint right before the elections take place, this type of an issue. But then I think to myself, what could you can't really raise the temperature from where it is right now. We're pretty much at peak. The situation will just be status quo by then.
Right.
We're not going to cool.
You're not turning out new voters because of what the Supreme Court does.
You might be turning away old voters.
That's a fact.
Who, on the merits of, I asked Senator Eric Schmidt this question yesterday when he was on the show about the Supreme Court hearing this. Like, will they take citizenship away from people? I don't think they will.
I think everything's on the table.
I do, but I think that we always look at these things like black and white. It's either going to be okay for the anchor-based system to be the interpretation of the 14th Amendment, or it's not going to be. And if it's not going to be, then, wow, what a difference that does to the landscape. It's going to be more nuanced than that. There's what the ruling is, and then there's what they do with the ruling, which also, along with this, I'm going to talk to Hans von Spakovsky about the Supreme Court ruling on the tariff situation, which we've discussed that with him several times before, but it continues to be so powerfully impactful on the president's economic outcomes that we expect to have in 2026. They're talking about trillions of dollars. That's but they've taken in billions of dollars, and the Trump administration is doing a really, really strong effort to get rid of that money as fast as it's coming in. Well, you want to take that money and give it back to the countries? Okay, go get it from John on Main Street.
Yeah, which I understand that. I've been reading a lot. I can't wait to hear what Hans has to say about birthright citizenship. This is an issue we've been talking about for a long time with him because we knew that this would come up at some point, and now it will. But the more I read about this topic...
We didn't know that this was going to come up.
Well,
that's not like that. It was actually kind of surprising because the initial case that went in front of the Supreme Court wasn't specifically about what the 14th Amendment dictates as far as the actual issue of birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
They've taken it to that extent that they're going to hear that.
And let me qualify that by saying the minute that Trump signed the executive order regarding birthright citizenship, we knew it was a very good possibility that they could take it up. And now that they are, the more I read about this, the more I understand it better. And then you see somebody like, I don't remember who it was, some random Democrat representative on Twitter tweeted out that the 14th Amendment is clear, and then left out the part that's being determined by the Supreme Court. So it makes you look like, well, maybe your argument isn't as strong on the Democrat side.
So yesterday, Eric Schmidt was on with us. I highly encourage you to check out that video on the YouTube channel, but also make sure you subscribe to the Annie Fry Show podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts from, you can throw in Annie Fry, F-R-U-Y, and it'll pop up. You can also stream us on the Odyssey app, A-U-D-A-C-Y. But Eric Schmidt was on with us yesterday, and in talking to him about the birthright citizenship Supreme Court case that we are looking at, he goes, let's take this to the extreme, because this is, to me, where you can get the clearest view of what the intent of such a piece of legislation or an amendment, what they might have meant or intended to be the case. Because if you're going to say, and when I give you this extreme example that Senator Schmidt gave us yesterday, if you're going to say, well, no, they didn't mean that, they meant this, then what you've indicated is that there is a line that's being drawn, that it isn't black or white, that there has to be a determination as to what was intended by the amendment when it was put into action. You're saying that we actually do have to define a line. Then the question is, where is the line? Not does the line exist? And Senator Eric Schmidt said yesterday on our show that based on the implementation as it has been put in play right now, if we were invaded by another country, if we had an enemy come into our country, flood our country with soldiers, with people or whatever, and they had women with them, and they were invading our country, and they got pregnant and delivered that baby on United States soil, that those invaders' babies would be American citizens. That is absurd. That's absolutely bonkers crazy. And I appreciated the way he said initially, like, this is an extreme case. But why would that child not be eligible for citizenship under the implementation of what we're experiencing right now? And yes, maybe it's semantics. Maybe I say this and you're thinking the same thought when I'm relaying Eric Schmidt's anecdote yesterday to you from that interview that we did. But I was thinking it. A lot of people think we've been invaded. A lot of people would say that the doors that were kicked wide open by the Biden administration that was managed by who knows who, that this has been an invasion and an intentional welcoming of people into our country for a political purpose that doesn't benefit the idea of maintaining American greatness. So if we're being invaded by people who are coming here to have their babies, and that is absolutely a process that is happening right now, there is a way to make that happen. There is a way to funnel that process so that you can land that anchor baby. And then there are benefits, bazillions of dollars of benefits that are enjoyed by those people who are able to deliver that child on American soil. This is something that is happening right now. You can't argue the facts and the merits of if that's happening. Like, there are a lot of people who say, well, if that was taking place, then that would be bad too. Just like we're saying, if we were invaded by a foreign nation who wanted to come here and take us over, the children that were born here of our invaders while they were here would be American citizens? This sounds absurd. It sounds ludicrous. It sounds ridiculous. All three of those things mean the same thing. And it's because it would be. How is that entirely different than people who are, let's be specific here, people who are coming babies so they can be American citizens? Those babies are born here. They become American citizens. They become the anchor to bring in more family into this country. The president has, through his policy that he campaigned on to the American people, who wildly, on a bipartisan level, said, we have got to get this thing right. We have got to recalibrate. We've got to right the ship so that we can have an American future that immigrants can be a part of and enjoy as well. Here's the avenue with which you come to our country and enjoy the greatness, the beauty, the strength The prosperity of being American. Come one, come all, through the front door, please. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm dreaming of the day where we start thinking about improving, elevating our immigration system, and that becomes the main talking point because we've got the illegal immigration catastrophe that has been put upon Americans, that we've gotten to the point where we've pretty much handled that situation as much as it's under control, it's been managed, it's been rectified. You're always going to have people overstaying visas. You're always going to have people trying to get across the southern border. But when you police the southern border, when you manage the visa system, then you catch those people and then you say that was bad. You can't do that. You're going to go back home because you tried to skirt the system. We spend so much time saying, screw the system, come one, come all, and come fast, because Joe Biden is the president, and we've put Kamala Harris in charge of the border. She is the border czar. She does not know where the border is. You'll be fine. We've created a problem that is so large that I think the intention was to make the problem so big that it was unfixable. And the president said, hold my non-alcoholic beverage, because he doesn't drink. And he's, like, on day one, solving the penetrable border, making it so that that's not the case. He'll say all the time when he's giving reports, they say that 0 people came across the southern border. He goes, I don't believe that. There have to be like 7. 6 or 7, right? There have to be some people making it across the border. You hardly can believe the number 0. But if you've got a margin of error and you're starting with the number 0 compared to remember the caravans of people that were making their way? Like the Israelites coming into the United States to the promised land. And there's Joe Biden welcoming them all in. To what purpose? And to what benefit to them and detriment to the American people? The numbers that we're finding out right now, the fraud numbers that we're finding out right now about what illegal immigrants are leeching off of your tax dollar, you can't afford things because costs have gone through the roof. Because those things are backdoor being provided to people who couldn't even come here legally. We have to still collectively have a problem with this, don't we? The polling says that people do. Now, the birthright citizenship situation, that will be a very hot button issue in June. But imagine all of the big stories that happen between now and then. Anytime people, like I've said this about the midterms, I'm going to say it again before we break. Don't panic about the midterms. Don't get cocky about the midterms. We have no idea what is in front of us right now. The president's policies that have just been put into place, a lot of them go into tangible effect in 2026. He's sink or swim, I think, on his economic policies in the big, beautiful bill, and I'm feeling pretty good about swim.
But you're holding out for, COVID 26.
Shut your mouth.
No, I'm just saying you don't know what's coming.
I will ruin you.
If we do COVID 2026, people aren't going to participate.
No.
They're going to have to put that in their back pocket. And I think it's going to have to come back out after my children's and your children's generation is out of the picture. Because those kids have yet to have a real voice on the issue. And when they get old enough to have a voice on this issue, everybody better shut up. Sit down, listen up, because they're going to have something to say about what those Democrats did to them. I sure hope they speak loud. I'll be listening. Hans von Spakovsky next. The Diamond Shop, online at thediamondshop.net. But in Clayton, Missouri, have you visited them yet this holiday season? If you have, here's your reminder to go back and convert. Convert on that piece that you were looking at, you were thinking about wringing your hands over. The Diamond Shop is the place to go for those beautiful little red bags that go underneath the Christmas tree. If you are not 100% sure what you're looking for and you want to browse, completely fine. Go into the Diamond Shop. Tell them you heard about him on the Annie Fry Show. And Annie said, I got to come. I got to visit. If you know what you're looking for, if you are looking for a beautiful set of hoop earrings, maybe a diamond stud set, that is the place to go for diamond studs. They have this trade-up program. Go ask them about it. Or if you're looking something for him, a beautiful watch, maybe some sort of tie restraint, which is one of the things that I've purchased from the Diamond Shop for my husband. They're going to help you find something that completely respects your budget, but just marvels on that holiday when that gift gets open. They're in Clayton. You can come to VIP online. Very simple process. Just go to thediamondshop.net.
It's time for you to get to know my Chesterfield, where luxury meets comfort. Mark Cox here. They have a great selection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, craft cocktails, anything you like to drink, cold beer, premium hand-rolled cigars from the finest makers in the world, even private lockers that are available if you choose to. Perfect for date nights or business meetings, and live music every Friday night. Family owned and operated. Check them out in Chesterfield at the District. It's litstl.com.
Hi, Chad Hansen from Hansen's Tree Service. Much like the human body, trees require a specific combination of nutrients to thrive. Our certified arborists can come to your property and prescribe the ideal treatment to ensure your trees and plants thrive this coming season. Check us out today at hansenstree.com and take advantage of our winter savings.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close.
Let's be very clear. The money from the Biden COVID bonuses, it's never actually seen by the American people. It goes right from the Department of Treasury, mainlined to the insurance companies. Insurance companies have recorded record profits. Their stocks are up 500 to 1,000%. Democrats created a system where insurance companies' profits are higher, and they go higher and higher the higher the premium rise. So it's in their best interest to continue to raise premiums. And if, as long as the Democrats are willing to subsidize all of that, that's what you're going to continue to get. A drain on the federal treasury, taxpayers being taken advantage of, insurance companies getting rich, and Democrats saying everything is fine when it is not.
People of the United States,
More perfect.
your form of our perfect union.
Heritage legal expert Hans von Spakovsky.
Well, Hans, we've got a very exciting announcement that birthright citizenship case is going to be heard at the Supreme Court. I got to hear what you think about that. Were you surprised that they decided to say, yeah, we're going to rule, we're going to hear this case and potentially rule on this issue?
No, I'm not surprised. They basically had to take it. They have to finally decide this issue. So, this has been percolating for a year after the president issued an order telling the State Department you can only issue passports to individuals who were not only born in the United States, but at least one of their parents is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident alien. And, of course, all these lower courts enjoined what the president wanted to do. So, no, I'm not surprised. What I'm hoping is the Supreme Court will rule the correct way on this and not the politically convenient way.
Yeah, well, we will wait and see, of course. Well, that would be next summer, probably, when we would get that at the end of June-ish.
Yeah, they only just took the case, so they haven't scheduled oral arguments yet, but I suspect get arguments in the case probably till March, sometime in the spring. So I don't think we'll get a decision until the very end of their term, which is June of next year.
So we're talking about the birthright citizenship that is associated with the 14th Amendment. We're speaking with Hans von Spakovsky, the senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Can you talk to us about what led us up to this moment where, it's the 14th Amendment? There are quite a few amendments that come after it. Why are we talking about whether or not, if you're born in the United States, you're a United States citizen? Why are we talking about that right now?
Look, the key language in the citizenship clause is very simple. It's very short. It says you're a citizen if you're born or naturalized in the U.S. and subject to the jurisdiction of the U.S. Now, for the first 70 years, everyone, both the courts and legal scholars, understood that second phrase meant that you owed your political allegiance to the United States. Understand that is that, look, if two folks come here illegally from Mexico, they owe their political allegiance to not the U.S., but the Mexican government. And if they have a child, that child is automatically a Mexican citizen, the same way that if two U.S. Parents are abroad and they have a child, that child's automatically a U.S. citizen. At some point, it looks like maybe the 1940s, early 1950s, the federal government just started misinterpreting the 14th Amendment and saying, oh, no. If you're born in the U.S., you are a citizen. Well, this has become essential. That misinterpretation has become essential to those who support illegal immigration, those who are obstructing enforcement of our immigration laws. And so that's the idea they've been pushing. And that is not what that citizenship clause was intended to do.
Of course, Donald Trump has entered the scene, so that to do with why this is being discussed right now as well. But would you say that 20 years ago was birthright citizenship being abused at a different rate than it has been in the last 5 years?
Yes. Yeah, but it's gotten worse and worse, the abuse of it, because we have the largest population of illegal aliens in the country today than we've had. And that's been, as you know, under the Biden administration, it was a deliberate, intentional policy to bring as many illegal aliens into the country as possible.
So I believe I've asked you this question before, and I'm kind of curious to still hear if your answer has changed at all. But say they rule that, no, it's being abused. This is not at all what was intended by the 14th Amendment. The phrase that you use there, born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, they decide that does not include these people. What happens to those who are in our country as citizens due to the prior interpretation of birthright citizenship?
I think what they'll do, because it's the easiest way to deal with the legal ramifications, is simply say, this is the rule going forward from the date of the decision. So folks who were born prior to the date of the Supreme Court's decision would still be okay. But anybody born in the United States to parents are illegal after the date of that decision will not be considered U.S. citizens. It ought to be retroactive, but that would cause so many, and that would be cause such complexity that I don't think they would do that.
Do you think that there would be any sort of modification to the status of those individuals because, citizens can vote, non-citizens can't vote? Would it affect the electorate in any way, shape, or form if they made that ruling in favor of the challenge here?
Well, if used with the kind of representation that it has from both the Democrat and Republican parties, and the filibuster remains, there's not going to be any change in the law, Annie, because you can't get anything through Congress on this issue because Republicans and Democrats are diametrically opposed on this issue.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Hans von Spakovsky speaking with us, the senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Before we let you go, I'd like to shift gears a little bit, staying with the Supreme Court, but a different issue. President Trump's tariffs are in front of the Supreme Court, have been discussed. Can you bring us up to speed as to what the issue is that is being challenged right now, whether or not the president, I suppose, has the authority to implement the tariffs the way he has, and where we are at in the timeline on getting a decision?
They've already had the oral arguments in the case. And what it boils down to is Congress passed this law in the 1970s that gave the president emergency powers under certain circumstances, national security emergencies, economic emergencies, to regulate the importation of goods from foreign countries. So there's really two issues in the case. One, when he declared that we have an economic emergency, is he properly exercising the power to do that? The other issue that came up was that the statute says when there is this kind of emergency, the president can regulate the importation of goods from foreign countries. Well, the people that sued said that doesn't include tariffs, whereas the government, John Sowers, Solicitor General, said, well, of course it includes tariffs. That's one of the ways you regulate the importation of goods. So the Supreme Court has basically two questions before it that it has to answer.
Hans von Spakovsky with us right now. Based on the arguments that were made, I know that there's never, the smarter the people are that I ask these questions, the less likely they are to make a prediction. But what's your prediction? What's going to happen? Did you hear anything from the justices or from those making the case in front of the Supreme Court that made you skeptical or confident one way or the other?
No. There were tough questions from all of the justices on this. I could not look. This is a case of first impression. They've never had to interpret this particular statute before, and it was unclear to me from the oral arguments how they're going to rule on it.
I assume if the Supreme Court decides to take up and hear arguments on all of these things, that they're going to make a ruling. Is it possible that can they have a ruling that just isn't a ruling, or will there certainly be a decision made effectively one way or the other?
Well, sometimes they'll decide that a case was improvidently granted. In other words, sometimes they'll say, oh, we shouldn't have taken this case because it wasn't yet ripe. But I don't think that's the situation here. No, I think we're going to get a decision on whether the president had the power to do this, and if he did, whether he properly applied the statute.
All right. Well, there is a lot to anticipate here, and we're always grateful for expertise like yours, Hans, to make it make sense for us. You do have a podcast, right? Host of Case in Point, the legal show for regular people.
I do. And by the way, Annie, on Saturday night, I'm actually going to be on Mark Levin's TV show on Fox to talk about birthright citizenship.
Well, there you go. We are the most regular people you know, Hans, right here at 97.1. We love to let you try out some of your stuff here on us regular folks.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye. Hans von Spakovsky, our friend, senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation and host of Case in Point, the legal show for regular people. Go check it out. All right, quick break. YouTube live chat poll. Is there a war on Christmas? Simple yes or no answer today. I need to know if you vote yes, why you think there is a war on Christmas. Also today, they're supposed to, Tyler Robinson, the alleged assassin of Charlie Kirk, is supposed to be in court. These are not usually made for radio events, but they definitely are going to have at least a portion of our attention in case there are any developments that come out of that court appearance. The White House is holding a press briefing right now. We'll see if any news pops out of that as well. And Chad Pergram is going to join us here in about 30 minutes or so to talk to us about that healthcare vote that took place in the Senate. Remember when the Senate was saying, or Chuck Schumer was saying, we're closing down the government because we need a solution to healthcare, and the Republicans don't have a solution. Well, the Republicans put forward a solution today, and the Democrats voted against it. So what's Chad Pergram going to tell us about the developments there? You'll have to listen in about 30 minutes at 1:05 to find out. We'll be right back. So don't stop that. Under the lights when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know. So
Just imagine. Nothing I can see but you.
Home Shield Foundation Repairs.com 314-227-9636. That's 314-227-9636. Matt Hayes at Home Shield Foundation Repair has built something pretty special for you here in the St. Louis area, both sides of the river, Missouri and Illinois alike, by taking his expertise in foundation repair, basement waterproofing, even polyjacking, which is a system where they inject polyurethane foam underneath concrete at your house and your walkways, patios, maybe your garage where the concrete is split. It's become uneven. You need to fix that. It's a liability. It definitely could get worse. Get to it before it does. By worse, I mean more expensive. You know, when you call Matt Hayes at Home Shield Foundation Repair, you're getting somebody you can trust. He's going to come check out your situation and give you an estimate. You're not committed to anything until you meet Matt, and he tells you what he can do for you. 314-227-9636. Online at HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Give something that means something. Roll up your sleeve at the Odyssey Blood Drive in partnership with the American Red Cross from December 16th through 19th at multiple locations. Make an appointment in the Red Cross Blood Donor app or at redcrossblood.org and enter sponsor code Odyssey for a drive near you.
This is Kyle Bush with Cringe Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we've helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. How many times have you changed jobs over the years? If you're like many professionals, you may have left behind one or more 401ks. Unwatched, unmanaged, and potentially your largest retirement asset. Just because it's out of sight doesn't mean it should be out of mind. Let's make sure it's working as hard for your future as you are. Your goals, our mission, start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Servicing. Member FINRA/SIPC. Prince Financial Group is not a broker-dealer.
You were saying?
The
What were you
YouTube
saying?
live chat fall.
You're so distracted by the part in my hair that
I was
you're
making
not.
a joke.
You got to tell the people, not just me in the
I
studio.
said Annie Fry is right now showing off her hair part to the people on the live stream because she was looking down. That was all, and then I had to do the time check.
That's pretty much how it went.
Hey, this is a reminder, though, that we are going to be live tomorrow at Ruler Foods, and we want you to come out and see us in St. Charles. Ruler Foods, St. Charles. If you're anywhere near St. Charles, come by and say hi between noon and 3. We'll be broadcasting live, probably a little bit outside that, 11:30, 3:30, something like that, for set up and tear down. Bring some food, bring a donation, whatever it is. It goes to the St. Louis Area Food Bank, and we want to see you tomorrow on location. It is 12:35 right now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Still leading 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the foolish, gone dust your shoulders off.
I know how it feels to hear the song as a woman. This has to make you feel good when you hear it,
It's
right?
kind of fun. Is this Lizzo?
Yes.
Okay, so Lizzo has 2 songs I like then, and that is amazing.
She might have more than that you like, because they're mostly like this.
Well, I don't really like R&B that much, but I like that song. I like the ones where she says Minnesota Vikings in it, too.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one's not really R&B. That's more of a pop song, though.
That one is...
I like that song.
What's that one called?
This one?
No, this is good as hell.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
New hair in the,
That's the one I really like.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, boom.
I got to sing the whole song before I get
there.
This is where Ethan would be super helpful, because he is a huge Lizzo fan, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. He walks around in Lizzo clothes, Lizzo's former clothes.
And with a flute.
Yeah, from the Founding Fathers.
We thought he was really into leprechauns, but no, we were wrong. It was Lizzo.
This is weird.
Yeah.
He wears full-on hooves and just walks around with the flute. It's weird.
He's been summoned. What's the other Lizzo song we're talking about? Are you eating? Sorry. Are you having lunch?
I was.
What was the other Lizzo song we're talking about?
Truth Hurts.
Yes.
Truth Hurts. Would have never gotten the name, but...
I would have if you would have let me sing it long enough on the air, which would have been bad for the show.
I did not mean to do that.
He comes in with the right answer and rings
his bell. All right.
Yeah, that's a song
yeah,
too.
you deserve it,
Ring
man.
my bell.
Yeah, that's another good song.
YouTube live chat today. Poll: is there a war on Christmas? I have passionate feelings about this one. Not going to get to them quite yet.
Okay.
But probably at 2:00. We've got Annie, are you okay at 2:30? So you can come back for the 2:00 hour if you want to discuss this. If we don't have breaking news that we have to go to, I think at 1:30 I might take phone calls on this one.
Ooh, phone calls.
Yeah.
People get really
you have anything
worked
else
up.
to say about
Well,
that?
people get really worked up about this topic.
I know.
And they passionately believe yes and no. I don't want to say equally because I don't know
we'll
that that'll
know.
be. But yeah, we'll know by the end of the day.
Go to the Any Fry YouTube channel and vote and tell us, is there a war on Christmas? But this is a great opportunity for people to text the show as well.
I like a lot of the answers we're getting in the live stream today. We're starring them. We'll be reading
Pop
them.
some of them up there. And while you're getting your next one up, if you want to text the show, we know not everybody's into YouTube. If you want to be a part of the YouTube poll results, you have to go to YouTube and vote in the live chat. If you want to comment, but you're like, I am not getting on YouTube, I don't know why you were like that. You shouldn't be like that. You should join us on YouTube. But you can text the show your thoughts on this War on Christmas question at 314-241-9797, 314-241-9797. Hit us up there with some of the comments.
Yep, and I'll monitor those as we go too. But this one's from Chris. It says, I voted no. I feel like the war on Christmas died a year or two ago.
If a war dies, does everybody lose? Does everybody win? Was it never really there?
This is the old tree falls in the forest argument. Yes, it was there. I don't know why that's been a thing. Next question, or next comment is, I'm with Joe, which is referencing a different comment that I'll get to in a second. It says, I think there is a war on Christmas, but it's lost steam. I think it's more of an overall war on Christianity, and Christmas is kind of seen as the monument to take down. I like that comment. I wanted to read that one because I feel very similar to that. Russell says, I said no. If there is a war on Christmas, I haven't heard it recently, and I really don't care. Won't affect my Christmas. Merry Christmas, all.
Oh, Russell don't care. Truth hurts, man.
Yeah.
He's feeling good as hell.
Tying it all together. He keeps his hair tall, Russell does.
What?
Check his nails. Baby, how's he feeling?
Feeling good as hell.
Joe, this is the one
we're
that...
going to manifest Lizzo, and she's going to tell us to stop.
Oh, we're going to get kicked off of YouTube because that sounded so much like you, Lizzo. Joe
Like what?
says, yeah, but I think we're losing steam. Even the whack jobs hold the feeling of Christmas dear, even if they don't acknowledge why.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, the Wiggins America is going to get his due today. We're going to make you fill a whole segment for once.
Oh, good.
You feel okay about that?
No.
The
But
topic?
we'll see.
Substantive,
The
important,
topic's
hard-hitting topic.
The topic's great. It is,
Have you picked it
again,
yet?
it's more things that because we did a few of these last week, things that you were taught in school that are completely worthless now or were outright wrong. And so we got more of these, and I'll tell you what, the topic's great. The guy delivering them, not so great.
So it will be an average
Yeah, I think
segment
we'll find
coming
the
up.
median.
Don't turn this off, or do, but don't. We'll be right back.
Right, so go and let it all hang out tonight, 'cause he don't love you anymore. So walk your fine self out the door and do your hair talk. Check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Hair talk, check my nails, baby, how you feeling?
All right, let's talk about Ruler Foods and saving this holiday season at the place that is going to make everything a little bit more affordable every time you go in. Now, I want to personally invite you to come to the St. Charles Ruler Foods tomorrow, because we're going to, from noon to 3, be doing a food drive that benefits. We're partnered with the St. Louis Area Food Bank, and y'all show up and you come and you make this such a great event every year. We really need you to show up again tomorrow. Go shop at the Ruler Foods. This is your gateway into Ruler Foods. You've heard me talking about Ruler Foods before, but you haven't quite made it in one yet. Come to the one in St. Charles. Do a little shopping for a great cause. Come say hi to us. We would love to see you there and learn what Ruler Foods is about. Right now, Sugardale butt or shank portion hams, 99 cents a pound. Stock up on your favorite drinks with Coke or Pepsi 12 packs. Buy 2, get 2 free. And do not forget baking essentials. We're doing a lot of baking in our house these days. Kroger 4-count butter sticks, 2 for just $6. When you shop at Ruler Foods, you're going to be saving. Tomorrow, you can parlay those savings into a great, great cause by helping us at the St. Charles Ruler Foods with our annual Annie Fry Show food drive. Would love to see you there. Go to rulerfoods.com.
Visit 971talk.com/events and enjoy Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a Christmas tradition, November 23rd. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Visit 971talk.com.
Guys, it's time to take charge of your health with my friends at Victory Men's Health. Mark Cox here. I already love what they do at Victory. They do hormone optimization, sexual health, weight loss, even vitamin deficiencies. Now they're offering specialty cardiovascular testing and even early detection cancer screening. Visit them at one of their 4 great locations, now in Sunset Hills, Town and Country, O'Fallon, Missouri, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Tell them Mark Cox sent you. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. Join the team trusted here since 1926. Apply today, get a call today. No experience necessary. We will train motivated applicants to repair and install garage doors. Mechanical, carpentry, and service industry experience is a plus. Hiring bonus up to $4,000. Benefits include health, dental, vision, and pension. Earn as you learn to service the best garage door customers in St. Louis. Apply today at OverheadDoorSt.Louis.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Range. It's the Annie Fry Show.
Wiggins!
Oh, Wiggins!
Oh, yeah. The second best segment of the day behind Hans. This is
not
Wiggins.
even taking that bait.
Come on.
I just have higher expectations for you right now. All right, Ryan, deliver.
Okay, these are things that you learned in school that are false or worthless.
Math.
Math is one of them, yeah.
Right.
Math, English, social studies, all the big ones.
Science. The science.
Yeah, if you didn't learn the science, then it was worthless. If you learned just science, then sorry. All right, this is real, though. People only use 10% of their brains. You've heard this before.
I think that's an overestimate.
Well. Here we are with the jokes again. Gen X kids have learned that humans only use 10% of our brains, yet this scientific quote-unquote fact has since been disproven. New brain imaging techniques have become common over the last 25 years, which have completely changed our understanding of brain function. So while Gen X kids learned that 90% of our brains are turned off all times, modern brain mapping has debunked that particular myth.
This is an X's and Y's question. Do women think more than men? Do women do more thinking than men? It's me versus 3 right now. Ethan, who thinks more, men or women?
I'm going to say women.
Brad?
I've never been a woman, so I couldn't. I just know that my brain's going
Can't think
all the
that
time.
far? Just
No.
kidding.
I can't.
Ryan,
I can't
you were
wrap
a
my head
woman
around
once.
that.
I've been everywhere.
And you're
man.
Ryan's most prepared
I've been
to answer this.
everywhere, man.
Ryan, in your cold turkey days.
I was going to say, honestly, if I were to answer this question, I would say they think about the same, but it would be different ways of thinking.
I would say it's about even. It's just not the same type of thinking. But I don't know.
Why? I'm trying not to make easy jokes here.
Well,
I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm just acknowledging right now that I'm making kind decisions because they could go both ways. But I'm not talking about quality of thinking. I'm talking about thinking.
I just think it's probably about the same. The idea that you can ever even turn your brain off, I don't think that's really real, other than maybe kind of going to sleep.
Men say that all the time.
I know that it's a phrase. That's why I'm addressing it, because I don't think you're ever actually turning it
Brad,
off.
you've said you do that.
Yeah, it's daydreaming.
No, you said,
but you're still thinking.
Because I'd say that I've said this story many times where I'll ask Jared, especially when we're dating, Jared, what are you thinking about? Which is a woman question to a man when you're dating, right? Because your answer's supposed to be like, I'm thinking about you, honey, or our future. No, and he'll be like, nothing. And I'm like, no, really, like even if it was dumb, what were you thinking about? And he's like, nothing. You said you do that, Brad. You don't?
It's an empty daydream about nothing in particular.
But it's something.
But it's
still
something.
something.
There's things happening, but like if you ask me,
according to my husband,
like if you asked me to explain what it is, I couldn't do it. It's just blah.
But that's my point, is that men's thoughts are kind of a little less defined, and that they're kind of all over the place.
Abstract?
They're a little more abstract, possibly.
Are you thinking about?
Possibly.
I mean, I am now. I would say none of the three of you are going to be the same as all men, and I don't think that I think the same as all women. Like, everybody is unique and different. So we're kind of talking about generics, but on the whole.
Every snowflake is different.
That's true. That's actually true. And I learned that in
science.
No, science.
Okay.
Because it's real.
Science is a systematic discipline.
Okay, thank you, Siri.
Siri.
Did you use it on purpose?
No.
It just starts
It
talking.
just did that.
How does that make you feel? See, even she's thinking all the time. She wasn't even asked a question, but she's going to weigh in. But I'm constantly thinking of ways to improve things. Systems of transportation.
That's why this works well.
With, like, kid. Right now, on certain days, all 6 people in my household are in different locations twice a week. That has been wild. So I'm constantly thinking about if I have any spare time not thinking about something that I am like actively engaged in, I'm thinking about how to make that better or something. There's no vacant downtime.
But since
ever.
you're the only woman in the room, is that a common female habit of trying to think how to make things better all the time?
I don't know that that's the implementation of it for everybody. I think women are more prone to active participation in worry, overthinking via anxiety. I think men worry about things and women worry about things. I don't think women worry more about things than men. And I think that what men and women worry about are in essence the same things, but the application in the brain and stuff is a little bit different. But I don't know. I would venture to think that men don't multitask in their brain the way women do, and therefore don't do as much thinking. But I'm not judging.
That's a good.
I'm not judging
angle
the quality of the thinking. In fact, I think that in some cases that's a crutch for, or that's a weak spot, an Achilles heel for women.
So you're almost talking about volume of thought.
Yeah, that was my initial question, which maybe I didn't ask correctly.
No, that actually does make more sense because I do think women are better at multitasking than men. I think we zero in on things more overall. And if you want to put it in volume of topics at any given time, then women...
Like turns on the wheel in the brain.
Yeah. It's good that you're constantly trying to improve things, too, because I'm constantly thinking of ways to destroy them. And we find our happy medium here, and it's called The Andy Fry Show. Next one.
Don't you forget it.
Next one is eating carrots will improve your night vision. False.
What?
You've been eating carrots.
Yeah, this is definitely false.
Mom,
I know this one.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
This was a cover. This was a World War II cover for radar. The English had developed radar, and they could see the German planes coming in during the Blitz, and the Germans were like, "How did they always know when we were coming and have fighters up?" And the line that went out was because our soldiers eat a lot of carrots, and we can see them better. It was
all
a cover.
Do you like carrots, Ethan?
All a cover.
I like cooked carrots.
Do you like cooked carrots because you think you're going to see better, or just because they're yummy?
Originally, that was a huge reason as
like
to
an
why.
investment in your betterment?
Yeah. Mom was like, you got to be eating these because they are going to help your vision.
Well, your mom lied to you.
My dad lied to me, too. But he would say it in a way, he'd say, "You ever seen a blind rabbit?"
That's hard to prove one way or the
I don't
other.
really know.
That's called brilliant parenting. You're like, you got me there, Dad.
Now, listen, what Brad just said. I'm going to read what this article says. You tell me whether he's on it or not. It says, the faux scientific fact that carrots will improve your night vision was based on propaganda from World War II.
Communism.
Meaning that Gen X kids and everybody after that were taught by their boomer parents that crunchy orange vegetables would give them superpowers. It didn't go into the explanation, but I think you're right, Brad. It says, while carrots do have vitamin A, which does help with eye health, kids who downed bags of carrots at snack time will now be sorely disappointed to find out this myth holds basically no basis in reality.
I'm still going to tell my children
They're very
someday that
starchy,
this will help
too.
their eyesight.
You got to tell them something better for them is going to help with their eyesight. If we're making crap up, you might as well go all in. That's my best parenting advice for you.
Quick round the room, carrots or baby carrots? Baby carrots.
Are they the same?
No,
they're
a
lower.
carrot is like what you make Frosty's nose or feed to a
Yeah.
horse. A baby carrot is what humans
Little
eat.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Baby carrots, okay. 4 for 4. The myth of being
Do you get
left
two
brain.
votes? He might have a strong argument against it.
He didn't seem to care.
No, I like them both. I think they taste the same.
The myth of being left-brained or right-brained is not real. Neuroscientists today don't have a full understanding of how personalities are determined, but they have disproven the idea that people have a dominant side to their brains. There has to be some truth to something in there, though, because why would you be right-handed or left-handed? So there has to be something dominant there, but it's not like
They're saying
right or
that,
left brain.
that left brain and right brain doesn't really mean anything.
Right. Left.
But isn't that like a reference to like organization versus creativity?
I don't know. That's just what this says.
Different portions of your brain are supposed to impact different, like your one side. If you're left brain, you're more creative, and if you're right brained, you're more organized and meticulous. Like, isn't that kind of the way it's supposed to be?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with classifying people by those personality traits. But
yeah,
they're
but
just
it's not.
saying it's not linked.
It's more of a science.
Yes, it's not linked to your
I
actual
don't think I believe that.
brain. Well, then you're gonna have to take it up with yourtango.com.
You took something from Your Tango? I blocked them from my feed.
They're great. They got
just-
a lot of great content for me.
Median. Median.
Careeraddict.com was the word.
A lot of self-help junk.
I hate them because I think they're AI articles written based on what the algorithm thinks I want to hear.
Yeah, that's not my tango. Maybe your tango.
I think it is Your Tango.
Next
I think
one.
they're like, he'll definitely bite on this one. And
I
here
did.
we are.
And I did over and over. Next one is that the blood in your veins is blue. It is not.
What?
Your veins appear to be blue when you look at them through the skin because of the coloration of your skin.
I never went to, that's not true. I did go to public school for a year. I never learned that.
Who did any of you guys learn that?
They said deoxygenated blood is blue or purple.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Then oxygen makes the blood red.
The rumor was that when blood hit oxygen that it turned
You
red.
mean rumor like Nancy told Sally during
The kids would say
class
this on the
between
playground.
fourth
class?
and fifth period?
Yeah.
Did you hear that blood is actually blue?
Mm-hmm. Catch a tiger by the toe, your blood is actually blue. It says that the way the tissue absorbs, it all looks blue through your skin. Gen X kids and everybody after the boomers were taught to believe deoxygenated blood is blue. And
What
it
kind of
turns
blood?
out... Go ahead.
I wasn't listening. What?
One more time. Deoxygenated
Nailed it.
blood is blue. And it turns out that human blood is always red, no matter what your science teacher
Sugar,
told
Sherlock.
you back in the day. Last one. The Great Wall of China is visible from outer space.
I think I've heard that
I've
before.
heard that one. Yeah.
We all heard that one, and it is not true.
Have they been there?
The
Your Tango? When did Your Tango go to outer space? How do they know?
well,
Let's
this
ask
is
Elon.
Written by
Has Elon
Neil
been out-
Armstrong.
Oh, crap. I stand corrected.
For Your Tango.
Has Elon Musk been to outer space?
I have no idea.
I don't think he's gone up.
I know Katy
Dude, I
Perry
question-
has. Let's call Katy Perry.
No, she hasn't. She went to the high clouds.
Google says no.
Didn't that kind of make you suspicious?
But he's never been.
Yeah, like you go first, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, how stupid would it be if you went to outer space and something bad happened and then we lost Elon Musk? He's the one who's got to get us to Mars.
Yeah, I guess so. But wouldn't you want him to try it first? Don't you want somebody who's invented it to?
In principle, yes, but in reality, no. He needs his feet on the earth.
Well, just so you know, you
So that he
cannot
can help us
see
win the midterms.
the Great Wall of China from space.
Not with that attitude. All right, let's take a quick break. Chad Pergram next on The Annie Price Show.
I'll make you mine, you know I'll take you to the top. I'll drive you crazy.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 315 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
Have you called Point Pest Control yet to schedule your first quarterly treatment at your house as a premium service plan member? That's what I am. That's what the Fry household is. And we are pest free in the Fry house. If you call 636-798-0023, invite Point Pest Control to your home. They treat the inside, they treat the outside. They do that 4 times a year, and you will not have to fight with those critters that get into your home. Spiders, the bane of my existence, but also mice. If you find, let's just say the remnants of a mouse in your house, chances are it's not the only mouse that's in your house, and you aren't going to know where to look to see where the actual problem is stemming from. They know. Point Pest Control, they understand this, and you can feel the confidence of knowing your house is going to be pest-free when you hire the very best. Commercial and residential services, and safe on that treatment in the home, around the home, for the pets that are in your house, the kids, of course, you as well. 636-798-0023, pointpestcontrol.com.
Hey, with cooler weather moving in, don't put yourself at risk for a power outage. Get a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. This is all about giving yourself peace of mind by calling now for a free estimate. You won't have to worry about waiting on hold with the power company. No more worrying about your home when you're away. Get a free estimate on a generator from Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. Financing is available. 314-499-2020. Generator Supercenter of St. Louis.com.
Hey guys, Glover here from my friends at Triton Exteriors. Not sure if you've noticed, but the storms seem to be especially bad this spring. If you had James Hardy Smart Siding, you wouldn't have to worry about it. It's not going to be damaged like in the 314-day storm. So we do roofing, siding, gutters, fences. We're always going to be the middle bid. We're never going to cut corners. We're never going to take advantage of you. Call 314-717-1159 or triton-stl.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
In the right direction. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's the White House take on the U.S. economy.
Things are getting better, and they will continue to.
Spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt says the president is focused every day on digging the economy out of a hole he says he inherited.
And President Trump understands better than any politician in this city the pain that the American consumer has been feeling for years now because of the last administration's policies.
This as Democrats keep arguing that Trump policies are making affordability worse. Obamacare premiums are expected to rise as a Democrat plan to extend subsidies fails a test vote in the U.S. Senate.
Democrats' focus does not change. We fought like hell to stop these hikes, and we're going to continue to fight like hell to bring costs down for the American people on health care, on housing, on electric rates, on groceries.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer after Democrats blocked a Republican alternative that would have shifted money from subsidies into health savings accounts. Caroline Leavitt just telling reporters they'll be hearing more from the White House and the president soon, and that a search for solutions will continue. She's also defending ramped up pressure on Venezuela.
The president has taken a new approach that has not been taken by any administration for quite some time to actually focus on what's going on in our own backyard.
This a day after an oil tanker was seized. Leavitt says the Justice Department approved a warrant authorizing that seizure because the ship was carrying sanctioned black market oil to Iran's Revolutionary Guard. In the push to end the war in Ukraine, the U.S.-backed plan still facing pushback from European leaders working on security guarantees for Ukraine as part of any potential accord. The White House says President Trump will send a representative to talks in Europe this weekend if there's a real chance of signing a peace agreement. America is listening to Fox News.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Mostly cloudy skies all afternoon. There'll be a couple of snow flurries from time to time. 35 should do it for the high. Tonight, clouds, a couple of flurries, 29. Friday, quiet, partly sunny and 40. Friday night, down to 21. Now, Saturday, there'll be clouds and snow flurries and light snow around 28. Saturday night, we go to 4. Sunday, sunny and cold, 16. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Don't freeze as it gets colder. If your furnace isn't working, Air Comfort Service can get you back in your comfort zone fast with a service call for only $99. Get your furnace serviced. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Thank you for being with us here on the Annie Fry Show. A lot taking place on Capitol Hill right now. Lots to continue to happen on Capitol Hill as we march towards the holiday. Let's go to our guest. Very excited to have senior congressional correspondent for Fox News, Chad Pergram, on the show with us once again. Chad, welcome back. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
It seems very busy there today. It looked like there was some votes taking place in the Senate on healthcare. Can you walk us through what we were able to learn from the Senate regarding their efforts to try to improve the healthcare system for Americans?
Well, this was the byproduct of the Democrats who sided with the Republicans to end the government shutdown. They said, we will help you end the shutdown if you give us a vote on healthcare. So that's all it was. Just a vote. Didn't say we're going to fix health care, but the root of the problem is that these Obamacare subsidies were going to expire at the end of the year. And so the Democrats put out a 3-year extension of those subsidies. Republicans put out a plan, and there was some debate among Republicans about whether or not they should even do a plan at all. But to say, okay, we're not going to extend the subsidies at all, but what we're going to do is give everybody health care savings accounts, where then you can go around and shop for the coverage that you want. Well, both plans failed. We didn't think anything was going to pass today, or they were going to be able to break a filibuster or anything like that. There were test votes on both of these. The Republican plan got 51 yeas. That's important because it was a simple majority, but they needed 60. Mm-hmm. And Rand Paul, Republican from Kentucky, he voted no. All Democrats voted no. Now, what I thought was interesting when you fillet this vote a little bit is that the Democratic plan actually got more votes than the Republican plan from Republican senators.
Interesting.
They also got 51 votes, but remember there's only 47 senators who caucus with the Democrats. And Steve Daines, Republican from Montana, he was out today, but Susan Collins of Maine, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, Dan Sullivan of Alaska, and Josh Hawley all voted yes. So there were 4 Republicans who voted to extend those subsidies. Now, what does that mean? It means that they're very concerned about these Obamacare subsidies just disappearing at the end of the way, even though Obamacare is anathema to most Republicans. They realize if they turn off that faucet on January 1st and Republicans are in control of both the House and Senate, who's going to get blamed in the midterms? And right. The president's out talking about affordability, game, set, match. This works against the Republicans.
Interesting. Chad Pergram speaking with us from Capitol Hill, their senior congressional correspondent for Fox News. Is part of the appropriations process potentially going to, solve this problem? Can the Republicans get their act together and get enough votes to pass that filibuster to put something in the appropriations bill to address this?
It could. This gets a little nettlesome, to be honest with you. You know what I find remarkable, and let me just reel back for a minute here. Remember that the government shut down for 43 days. They have funded the government since the middle of November. It is now the middle of December. And have they done any more appropriations bills on the floor? No. The government, and this is 9 of the 12 spending bills they still have to resolve. They approved 3 in the package that reopened the government back in November. So they have to do these other 9. And it's not like there's just 3/4 of the government. I mean, they have the Pentagon spending bill, which is gigantic, which is more than half of all spending. So they have this deadline for January 30th. Now, what could happen is that Republicans could conceivably incorporate something into that and say, Democrats, take it or leave it. This is what we're going to do to fund the government, and kind of bank on the idea that some of these Democratic senators who helped them out in the fall might be able to assist. Okay, that's possible, but that universe is not formed yet. This is me just kind of looking, through the matrix here and seeing the code, the things that are available. That's one possibility. But if they don't address this, there's a very distinct possibility that the government could just shut down again on January 30th because they have not addressed this. And if Democrats say, look, this playbook worked for us really well in the fall, and we think that Republicans are going to get blamed, we'll run that play again because they are in charge of the Congress and they have not passed anything.
Right. Certainly. Chad Pergram speaking with us right now. It seemed as though the shutdown that was, very labeled the Schumer shutdown, that Chuck Schumer didn't exactly win that battle for himself. But the Democrats were, it seems to me, and you're there, so you can correct me when I'm wrong. It seems to me that healthcare wasn't the primary discussion that was being had until the shutdown was enacted. Is it a win for Democrats that they elevated
They were talking about this from the beginning. And that's why Republicans or Democrats think that they have a winning political hand. They made that known in September, that was their issue, that they said, okay, you have to address the health care subsidies. And they didn't. I mean, so this came out of left field. I thought it was interesting, again, talking to Josh Hawley, the senator from Missouri, who said just the other day, he said, we're up against this deadline now. He said we should have been dealing with this in July and August. I mean, everybody knew that deadline was coming, whether you're for it or against it. It's a problem. And I thought it was also interesting when I spoke with Eric Schmidt, Republican senator from Missouri today as well. He dialed this back and said, this is all on Obamacare. Obamacare has failed. And I said, okay, fine. That was passed in 2009, 2010. That's 15, 16 years ago. Voters know who controls the Congress now. You just can't go back and say, Obamacare is a bad program. You have to figure out a way to address this, whether you like it or not. And this is where Roger Marshall, a Republican from Kansas, who just doesn't like these subsidies, said, okay, let's do a 1-year off-ramp and clean this up somehow. This is why you had 4 Republican senators vote for the Democratic plan today, more across the aisle on the GOP side than did so on the Democratic side.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how they're going to have to address these subsidies expiring one way or the other. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to achieve that with that 60-vote margin in the Senate. Yes, or was it yesterday? There was. Go ahead.
And there is one way. You might have been hinting at something earlier. It's not in the appropriations process, but what they could do, and some Republican senators have said this, including Eric Schmidt and John Kennedy from Louisiana, the Republican there. They said, okay, what we as Republicans have to do is do our own bill, do our own health care bill. We have the House, we have the Senate, we have the President. And you can do that and get around a filibuster if you use that budget process which does not directly have anything to do with appropriations. It sounds like it does, but it doesn't, called budget reconciliation, which is where you don't have to put up with a filibuster. You can do this unilaterally. Now, they've done 3 of those already this Congress, and I pressed Senator Schmidt. I said, you think we can do a 4th this year, or in this Congress? And he said, yes. He said we should be, going in that direction. If they get really stuck, that might be the only option to address health care. And that would be a Republican plan, frankly, because they could do that on their side. But again, they have to thread that needle. You've got a really tight margin in the House. You got a somewhat tighter margin in the Senate, but again, you have people who might oppose this. And Annie, I want to come back to a fundamental point. This is what vexes the entire problem. I go back to 2009 and 10. Republicans have trash talked Obamacare, whether it's deserved or not, we can debate, since 2009, 2010. They have never been able to coalesce around a plan that they can pass. Period. Fiend. 30. Full stop.
Yeah.
And therein lies the rub, why we're scrambling around 2 weeks before Christmas and thinking they can fix Obamacare.
Yeah, I think, in my initial question to you, I feel like the Democrats were able to elevate this as an important talking point by way of the shutdown for the nation. And to your point, you've said that they've been talking about this for a long time. I do think that the shutdown brought this to the American people's attention. Like, we're so used to it being unhappy with the healthcare system. We just don't expect, to your point, since 2009, anything to change. Now the Democrats are saying something needs to change, and they'll have to figure out how to get that done. I wanted to ask you real quick before we let you go about the National Defense Authorization Act. It sounded like the Republican leadership, Speaker Johnson, was struggling a little bit to keep everybody together to get this passed.
That is emblematic of the problem on health care. I mean, if they can't pass a defense bill, which they did, but without a struggle, they're not going to be able to pass health care. So, yes, go ahead, please. You get the point.
I just wondered how it did seem like at the end there were people who switched their votes, 4 or 5 people maybe, that decided, okay, we'll vote in favor of this. How did they get the band back together?
They did to get across the rule, which is the kind of the pre-vote. You have to have the rule approved first in order to get to the underlying issue. And basically, there were some promises that were made on some other issues, that were important to them. It wasn't so much about the defense bill itself. That passed by a wide, bipartisan, overwhelming margin, and that was important. And there were some people, frankly, Annie, who thought they might turn around in a few days and say, this is the only train leaving the station that Congress has to pass this year. Maybe we put health care on that. Now, that might have created another set of problems, but, you often look at which train is leaving the station on Capitol Hill, and that was certainly one of them.
All right. Chad Pergram, we are so grateful for you and your time. Thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Senior congressional correspondent for Fox News, Chad Pergram. It was interesting to watch the Democrats walk through the shutdown and not really be all on the same page. Obviously, when Dick Durbin, second highest senator on the Democrat side, decided to go with the, 8 or so Democrats who voted to end the shutdown, at very little concession, that I don't think that if you got sideswiped by the government shutdown personally, you probably didn't look at what the Democrats got out of it and go, well, that wasn't worth it. But we are talking about our healthcare program system in our country right now. If the Democrats brought that to the forefront, the Republicans have been complaining about Obamacare since before it was passed. The Affordable Care Act gets put into law and they tax the American people, penalize them if you don't sign up for this stupid system that we have right now. And to Chad Pergram's point, I think Republicans have become a little apathetic about saying this is still a problem that needs to be fixed. And the Democrats decided to hang their hat on that, shut the government down over it. Now they've elevated it to a primary issue that American people are going, yeah, that's right. This does suck. Something does need to be done about it. Good move by the Democrats, maybe in the moment. Bad move by the Democrats for them on the whole. If the Republicans can get off their tookuses and actually get something done for the American people, you're going to have a slim amount of time to really take this ball and score the touchdown that needs to be scored to fix this problem for the American people once and for all. And I truly do agree with Chad Pergram's statement there. Like, Republicans, what's your plan? We need a plan. Pointing at the other side and saying what they're doing sucks, and then thinking you're going to get elected on that, and then you're just going to do the same thing the next election and the next election. That's how Democrats have been winning for a long time. They just say that the Republicans suck. They think the Republicans are better than everybody. The Republicans don't know how, what it's like to live your life. They have very much so in decades leading up to Donald Trump, they've played more of a populist message. They were the party for the little guy. They wanted to represent you, talk about affordability. Then they got the power with Joe Biden. They blew everything up. Every chart that I see out there where the Democrats are trying to say, look how much it costs to energy costs today. Look how much eggs cost today. Look how much gas costs today. The increase is all through the Biden years. But nobody, well, where was that chart? Why were you not sharing that chart when the slope was going drastically up? Republicans can say we need to win in 2024 because we need the reins of power so we can fix these problems. You might want to have a plan when you get there to fix the problems. We've talked to Congressman Eric Burlison multiple times about his thoughts, and we've heard the President of the United States talking about health savings accounts that empower the patient, the client, you, to use those monies and apply them where you think you can be best served for whatever your circumstances are. If you're a high user of the healthcare system, or if you're like, if I get in a car accident, I would like to not have to file for bankruptcy so that I can live. It's up to you. You can invest the dollar based on the risk you're willing to take. That's all we do in America, in every transaction, but not this one, because President Barack Obama decided to make health care a required purchase for Americans all across the board. And then he said, if you don't want to play this game, we're going to fine you. We're going to tax you for it. And then the Democrats said while they were trying to pass it, no, it's not a tax. Obamacare is not a tax. It's not a tax. They pass it, and then the Supreme Court rules on the Affordable Care Act and says the only way that this is constitutional is if it's a tax. And oh, by the way, it's a tax. And it's not gotten any better since then. I don't hear anybody championing the American healthcare system. Are you paying more? Are you getting less? Folks, this is what happens when government takes over. Take it back, Republicans. You've got the power. We'll be back. Don't go away.
I just want to dance with you. I got a feeling that you have a heart like mine. So let it show, let it shine.
The Diamond Shop, online at thediamondshop.net. Thinking something special for this holiday season? Are you planning something special for somebody special in your life? Do you feel special this holiday season? I encourage you to go to the Diamond Shop, maybe pick out something beautiful for you, something you've always dreamt of. Mark an incredible 2025 with something priceless, something timeless, something exquisite from the best in the business at the Diamond Shop. Not to mention the fact that, obviously the products are wonderful, but when you walk into a fine jewelry store like the Diamond Shop that's been around since 1910, you're turning trust over to the people who are operating this so that you know that you are getting a standout quality piece at a fair price. And that's what the Diamond Shop is investing in with every transaction that they have. Every customer that walks in, whether they make a purchase or not, they are working hard to earn your business, but also your future business, so that you go out and brag about your experience at the Diamond Shop, like I do. TheDiamondShop.net.
License number E2014A.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Grandpa had a soft spot for dogs.
Yeah, he always had treats in his pocket.
He said if you're going to take care of people, you better take care of their best friends too.
Is that why we help dog shelters?
That's right. For every service call, we donate 10 pounds of dog food to local dog shelters, helping dogs waiting for a home.
Grandpa would like that.
He sure would.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
Doesn't it feel like you hear all the time from retired friends and family, I wish someone had told me this before I retired? Or why didn't anybody tell me this? Why is this not a class? Well, that's exactly why Financial and Tax Architects was founded. FTA keeps hardworking families in St. Louis make sense of retirement. They show them how to keep more of what they've earned and how to make it last. That way you can get some sleep at night. You don't have to second guess every expense leading up to retirement. You understand what's going on. Their Retirement Planning 101 class is a practical, no-cost course. They teach it at local colleges. It's just one night. You learn strategies to reduce taxes, plan your income, make confident decisions about Social Security and taxes and inflation. And FTA focuses on education. They try to change the way you retire. Call 888-5101 or go to fta-ria.com to register.
This holiday season, when you get them STIHL, batteries are included. Buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit stihlusa.com for gift ideas and seasonal savings. Happy holidays from STIHL. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
How much Christmas obligation have you fulfilled so far? Percentage.
85.
Okay. So you're close.
Yeah.
If you're sitting 85% on December 11th, you're going to be able to enjoy Christmas.
You're talking about the gifts, the stuff that you have to do.
The decorating, the gifts, the baking, like whatever, all of that you guys do that are things you have to do.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty good.
Who's in charge?
This year it's been me. Most of the time it's my wife.
What are you in charge of? How do you navigate and delegate?
So we do a present inventory with the kids, usually around Thanksgiving.
With them?
Sorry, not for the kids, of the kids, but not with the kids.
And by the kids.
Yeah. We it's a tradition that we always just have the grandparents take them for one weekend night. We usually go out on a date, and then we come back and we do inventory of presents to see what we need to buy, what we have, because we buy stuff throughout the year. And we were pretty close when we did the inventory. So she's actually out right now. She gets a half day today to go shopping. Her school does that for the teachers. And so she's out right now. She could be listening. I have no idea. Shopping for one of the kids who has a couple less than the others. And then we're basically done.
Your kids are in school, right?
So my kids are in school?
Your wife is off.
My
your
wife
kids
is
are
off.
In school.
Yes.
Do you go, you've got 3 kids. Is it a spend?
No.
Although you're inventorying.
Yeah.
What's the goal?
With the big gift or gifts, because usually there's like one thing that they really wanted that costs more than other things. That one we try to match the spend. But aside from that, it's really just the number of things that you got, number of things you wanted. And I will say, unfortunately, this year, I'm not going to say too much specifically.
Right.
But the boys, we had to spend a little bit more on what the boys wanted this year because they're just at that age, my 11-year-old, my 8-year-old, and they do this together a lot, which we like. They do a lot of Lego building together. And our whole basement's kind of full of Legos now. And they wanted specific sets and stuff, and those things are not cheap.
No, they're irresponsibly, I'm like, you don't need Legos. Expensive. You're going to do without.
If they didn't do it together so much, we would not be as cavalier about it. But it's just a great thing that they do.
Do they keep them intact afterwards?
So especially with the sets, we have a lot of just loose Legos, but with the sets, they do tend to keep them together. And they're at that age where it's just as much about collecting as it is about building.
I bought some amazing sets for Charlie over the years. And I mean, he was a kid and he was playing with it the way kids do. But like the Millennium Falcon, he had that and it was
that's a big one.
It was and it was so cool, but it's going to fall apart. So, I mean, like unless you get it and you have a place to set, and kids don't buy toys to sit there and look at it, but I mean that's what the Legos are for. They're for playing with.
They
and
do
so
play.
You can't buy that stuff for your children when their eyes light up when they see it, and then they don't play with it right.
Right.
You have to let it go. And so I've gotten out of the Lego thing. For my daughters, they liked them because their older brother played with them and they wanted their own, but it's not really. He can, if he wants to buy his own, he can do that. Now Charlie's 15 and your kids are not quite there yet, but we completely do we do presents, X amount of presents per kid, and every year it's different. It will really. We've done the same thing. We've hoarded aside different things that we've purchased throughout the course of the year or whatever. If oftentimes the way I do it is when my kids are like, "Oh, I'd really like to have that," and it's September and it's a $15 or $8 notebook or something on Amazon. I sit there and I just order it and it gets shipped and then I set it aside for a lot of those little things. But our philosophy, I think opening presents and like that walk in to see the Christmas tree is one of the coolest things of childhood. I think it's like one of the peak things that kids remember. And I think that experience of the dramatic turns that you're hustling down to see like what's under the Christmas tree. I think that moment is bigger than like what's actually in the gifts. And so we'll usually have, each kid will usually have around 15 gifts to open, maybe more. But seriously, some of them might be your brand new toothbrush and toothpaste, a package of socks, Nike socks or something like that they really wanted. I would honestly say, if you're getting like 15 or so gifts for Christmas, at minimum, 5 of them are impossibly practical. And it's just like the gift is the fact is I gave it to you and we wrapped it and you got to open it. And we will kind of orchestrate the opening so that those lean a little bit earlier in the gift giving process, opening process. And then there's always like the last thing that you get's usually the biggest thing. But the older they've gotten, I hate stuff. I hate it. I'm with 6 people in our household, I am repelled by things for the sake of things. And Christmas has been hard this year to come up with things that they want. Like when I ask them, what do you want? They don't really come up with things in particular. We're a very on-the-go family. There's not a lot of sitting at home and playing with toys. And I'm restrictive about like devices that they can have and all that stuff. So some of the stuff they don't ask for because they know that I just won't let them. I love experiences. Like one of my daughters, her favorite thing in the world is getting a pedicure. She thinks she's transforming into this ulterior land of fanciness, and she just absolutely loves it. So I'm always thinking like, take her to get a pedicure with you. That experience will be something that she will treasure so much more than a nail set that will just become another thing that sits in the house.
It's funny you say that.
That's hard to wrap though. You still need to have the unwrap
But it's
thing.
a big gift though. You don't, how do you wrap that up? It's usually an envelope. I'm taking you to the salon.
I'll usually in that instance like buy a $5 thing of nail polish and wrap that up, and then with the note in it or something like that. But the experiences is so much better.
I don't know how to buy gifts for girls. I mean, my wife, I know what she wants, but my daughter.
Does she have to tell you specifically?
No, she just her and my daughter both, they make Christmas lists all year. Yeah. So they want stuff all year. And I used to just buy the junk, here's a set of bracelets, daughter. She's like, I don't really want that, I don't know that. And I figured that out as she got older.
How, if your wife was to give you a grade on gift giving to her?
To my wife?
The gifts that you give your wife, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, whatever warrants a gift, what grade would she give you?
Probably A+.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm very good at getting stuff for her.
Is it because you're a good listener and you do what you're told, or are you so in tune with your wife and thoughtful that you just nail it every time?
It's both, because I listen to what she's saying throughout the year, and then I kind of track, because she's the kind of person who she thinks out loud.
Yeah.
So
she's not doing that on accident, by the way.
Well, she thinks out loud even when it's not something that I need to know. She's just kind of thinking. So I'm like, okay, but if she says, I'd really like to get this thing, then I note it. If she says it again, then I really note it. And if she says it past that, I'm like, okay, she really wants this thing.
The interesting thing about this is that the chances of her saying that, especially if she's saying it multiple times, she does not want to tell you to go buy it for her, because then she'll just buy it for herself. She's saying it hoping that, especially if it comes up more than once, she's saying it hoping you're paying attention, and you are.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's happening like throughout the course of the year. That's like, to me, that's something that happens later in marriage. That you learn to like listen for those types of things throughout the course of the year.
I've always been good at that.
But I don't think most men are.
I'm better than most men.
Well, obviously.
Period.
Oh, well, I wasn't done with the sentence, but I'll let it there. The way you were talking about buying gifts originally, I don't know if you're still doing this for your daughter. You're like, that's a girl thing. She'll like that.
That's the way it was when she was little.
That's the way a lot of men shop for women early on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get married because you've done that. You do that. I think some men, you might need to do that 2 or 3 times to pick up on that did not land. That was not it. Women mostly, can I speak for all women here? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. The gift that you give, women mostly want from that the understanding that you pay attention to them, that you listen to them, and that you pay attention to them. And I think that men, like once you've been married for a little bit, you learn that. And then if you adapt to it, you'd be a happy man.
I am a happy man because I've done that all along the way. This year was
That's
easy.
crap. You said that your whole marriage advice is to start with the lowest expectations as possible so that you can elevate.
No, and that's
you're
also true.
You're conflicting your own advice here.
Well, but the presents have gotten bigger and more expensive.
How long do you plan on being married?
I don't know, next couple of years at least. I haven't thought beyond that. So hopefully longer, but you got to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
But this year was easy because she wanted stuff that she already had tried on, like clothing stuff, or had already tried out. And it was in October that she's like, look, I just want this stuff. And I knew that was true. So I said, okay, we'll just get that for you. And she's very happy.
Who shops for your daughter?
We both do, but she's better at it. My daughter, though, has gotten
Your daughter
so
probably talks
good.
to her about it.
Well, she
in a
talks
way
about the
that's
stuff,
different.
and she makes lists all year and
That a
puts
girl.
them on the refrigerator for us.
Buy this.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. But it's the same thing. If she mentions it multiple times, then I know it's not just, oh, I saw that and I like it. It's that she really wants it. She's been thinking about it.
YouTube live chat poll for today. Is there a war on Christmas? Yes or no? Text us at 314-241-9797. That's 314-241-9797. And if you want to call us and tell us what you think about the existence or lack of the war on Christmas, 314-241-9797. 314-241-9797. You can call us. You can text us. If we get any calls on this, maybe we'll take a few when we come back. Weigh in on it ourselves. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
We are on the go all the time. Just like Annie just said, you're on the go too. I'm sure you are, depending on what phase of life you're in. But we have found that one of the quickest, best meals we can make involves Andrea sauce. Of course, you probably saw it going there. But it's pork tenderloin and Andrea sauce. And then whatever side we come up with. Last night, I think we did just like potatoes and green beans or something on the side. Like really, really easy stuff. But it was a full meal. It had everything we wanted. And I just filled up on protein finally, because when you go and you go so fast, a lot of the stuff you're getting, it's not really good for you. But a nice, good full meal is within grasp for your whole family. Grab a bottle of Andrea's sauce so that you don't really have to think about how good it's going to taste. That kind of takes care of that for you. And then as long as you have a half an hour, you're fine. But start with the Andrea's sauce to make sure you're having a really good meal that everybody's not just going to go, oh, you did this quick, didn't you? Well, yeah, you did, but it's great. Everybody loves it. So start with Andrea's sauce. You can get it at area grocery stores, Dearborg, Schnucks, and of course at andreas.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte, get festive with an iced gingerbread chai, or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Owe the IRS $10,000 or more in business or personal back taxes? Call the Tax Doctor now. Learn how to pay the IRS less. 800-430-3062. 800-430-3062.
Raise your hand if you're going to be at Ruler Foods in St. Charles tomorrow. Thank God you're watching the live stream so you could see our hands.
Did all three of us raise
They
our
all
hands?
they all went up eventually. Brad's doing producer stuff, but eventually he got there. So we'll all be there tomorrow. If you want to come out and say hi, we would love to see you, as we do every year for the annual food drive that we do at Ruler Foods. This time of year, this one is tomorrow, so from noon to 3, we're going to be in St. Charles. We hope for you to stop by and see us and bring a donation, which goes to the St. Louis Area Food Bank. Anytime, again, noon to 3 tomorrow in St. Charles at Ruler Foods. It is 1:38 now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
From the gateway to the airwaves. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Beauty queen of only 18, she had some trouble with herself. He was always there to help her. She always belonged to someone else. I drove for miles and miles and wound up at your door. I've had you so many times, but somehow I want more. I don't mind spending every day out on your corner.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. 314-241-9797. 314-241-9797. Is there a war on Christmas? Paul comments on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. My impression, quote, a war on Christmas, end quote, is a concept enveloped with, quote, culture wars, which is primarily a construct of MAGA political framework. I do not see evidence that an overt rejection of, and then it runs out. So, okay, there's the end of that comment. I don't have the rest of it. You can't say that the war on Christmas is a MAGA political framework, because this was a huge tenet in Bill O'Reilly's, the O'Reilly factor, when Barack Obama was the president and Donald Trump wasn't even on the scene. So when Paul is saying that the war on Christmas is part of the culture wars assertion, that I understand, but trying to connect it, saying the culture wars is a primary construct of MAGA political framework, I don't think that that's it at all. I think the epicenter of MAGA political framework is basically a statement that says, we love America, America is great, and trying to destroy it is not going to be something we're going to stand by and watch happen anymore. We are not going to upend everything that we have built because some people on the scene have showed up and said, everything is wrong. It needs to be fundamentally transformed, turn the whole thing inside out, and give me the power to do it because I know how to do it better than anyone else.
I would say this issue more than most predates Trump. This is one that was that the real fight over it was happening years before Donald Trump ever came on the scene.
I feel like Donald Trump was the guy who came in and was like, Merry effing Christmas, everybody.
And it kind of solved it in a way. I mean, not completely.
We were all like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons that you liked him. And he would grab these kinds of issues and just go, no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And everybody, okay, good.
I said we were talking about this a little bit later in the show. We can come back up with more comments if they hit us, or if you want to give us a call or a text, 314-241-9797. I said I have a passionate take on this. I'll go around the room and see what you guys think about it before I dive into it. Brad, your thoughts on the war on Christmas?
Yeah, I think there's always been a war on Christmas. There's still a war on Christmas. It just varies in intensity. I think we're in a time now where, we're winning. And by we, I mean, the people that are proponents of Christmas. It's okay to say Merry Christmas. People are starting to realize that Merry Christmas isn't an insult to somebody who is not a Christian, who doesn't believe in Christmas, who's Jewish or whatever religion. It's just a nice way of wishing somebody a good, happy season, a good season of time. And but always Christianity's under attack. It always is. It's just the nature of it. So, yeah, my answer would be yes, there's a war on Christmas.
What about you, Ryan?
I am also a yes on this topic, although it does seem to have died down a little bit, because I think there's been something. I would echo really a lot of what Brad's saying, so let me put a different spin on it. Stores in the last few years have done not quite an about face, but they've certainly opened their doors back up to Christmas. You see Christmas in stores a little bit more than you did for a while, which does indicate to me that there is a culture war, that the corporate America was a little bit afraid of being offensive for a little while, and everybody went, shut up. And they heard it, and they said, okay. And they've kind of backed off it a little bit. So I would say in that sense, the war on Christmas has moved in the right direction or died down a little bit, if you want to put it that way. But I do believe there's always, like Brad was saying, there's always a war on Christmas, because there's always a war, spiritually speaking, going on around us at all times, and Christmas is a part of that.
I don't disagree with what you guys are saying, but I would vote no in this. I think the war on I anticipate this to be an unpopular opinion today based on how you guys decide to come vote. I think the war on Christmas is a manufactured counterpoint to a culture war. So that's where I kind of intersect with what you're saying. And one of our commenters that you read earlier in the show, Ryan, talked about there being a war on Christianity. Labeling a Christmas tree a tree instead of talking about it as a Christmas tree, that to me is downstream from a repulsion to Christianity, which, we're Christians in here. I think a lot of you listening are Christians. I think most of you listening are people of faith of one way, shape, or form. But I think that Christianity became to be a mainstream villain around the mid-2000s, in the middle of a war that a lot of people were starting to understand less and less, and a lot of people who felt opposed to George W. Bush because of how he was handling 9/11. Like 9/11 was the unifier for this country. I don't think we will ever see that unification in our lifetimes again. I think that generations removed from that moment might, but God forbid, because the cost is incredibly too high to have that kind of a moment once again. But the war on terror that was taking place kind of led into a war on Christmas. And in opposition to the war on terror really bore out Barack Obama. And Barack Obama said essentially that the entire country is based on something that we should all be apologetic for. Some of us should sit down and shut up about. And it was really indicated, like, your ability to speak out on these things was simply based on your skin color, which in and of itself is just, what's the word for it? Oh, racist. But the war on Christmas is really something that kind of came out of the war on terror. And people didn't agree with the war on terror. And that became an opposition to Republican politics, because the Republican was the one who was in charge making the decisions to go to war on terror. And it was like, what exactly are we doing? It's weird to have lived it and to know people who have now retired from their military service, who signed up due to 9/11, to have gone through everything they went through in Afghanistan and Iraq, in other areas in the Middle East, trying to fight against the war on terror. Is that what the war's called? Operation Iraqi Freedom was one thing. That was something different. But I think that, like, historically, the war on terror is it might not, was that what Biden ended?
I don't know if they ever officially named an operation the war on terror.
Weird to completely arm Al-Qaeda in the end of the war on terror.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started.
I think the war on Christmas was I hesitate to boil it down to just a talking point, because I don't think it's without merit. I actually think that labeling it the war on Christmas made the anti-Christian sentiment significantly bigger than it wouldn't have been if it wouldn't have been packaged for a B slot on a news station.
It's a good point. A couple of really good comments here. I'm going to pull up one that was almost exactly when you made this point. This comment came up from Jim E. Or Jime, not sure which.
Or Jim A.
The war on Christmas is ongoing.
Yeah.
It all began when Democrats went woke during Obama. Okay. Here's another one from Chris. That is the war. Normal people versus the ones who are offended by everyone and everything.
Well, and you know, that's why I push back on like taking up arms to fight in the war to defend Christmas. Because if you hold Christmas in the palm of your hand as the birth of your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, that's never going to end. And boiling it down to just the holiday because people don't want to say Christmas tree. I mean, look at all the goofy places that are still participating in this. Most people aren't. You know why? Because Christmas is really good business for a capitalistic society. They can't take a pass on that. The lunatics that are doing this are like, was it Kansas City? I saw Attorney General Catherine Hanaway in the state of Missouri was like, hey, what the heck is this? There's a strongly worded letter from, I think, City Hall or something in Kansas City. And they're like, we are going to acknowledge the holiday season in a non-religious specific way, which might involve green garland and poinsettias, but with no religious affiliation whatsoever. And they're out there, was it Ramadan or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That they were acknowledging. And she's, A.G. Hanaway's like, hey guys, what about this one? High five to her. We're going to be speaking with her soon on the show. We got her scheduled here coming up in the next week or so. But these people are hypocrites, and they know it, and they don't care. The only place where the war on Christmas is still battling is, in my opinion, for the people who have clung to it on the left in the spaces where they feel like they can still get away with it. Everybody else is like, oh, yawn. Moving on. Is there a war on Christianity? Until Jesus comes back, folks. That's how big of a deal it is. That's not going to go away. And honestly, that's the biblical sense of the entire purpose of Christmas. Jesus came back, or Jesus came to be with us to save us. He's going to come back again. And if you are not for that, in my Christian view, you're against it. So why would there not be conflict there? I feel like the war on Christmas is a poll-tested phrase that I feel like ends up making Christians look like Grinches defending the thing that Christmas is really about. It's like, you're doing the right thing, but you don't need to do it this way. Like, to me, it's just like, just tell people Merry Christmas. And if you know that somebody doesn't celebrate Christmas, if you know you're talking to a Jewish person, say Happy Hanukkah to them if you want. Or if they say Merry Christmas to you, you could say Happy Hanukkah back. If they say Happy Hanukkah to you, you could say Merry Christmas back. You could say Happy Holidays. But none of it holds the balance of our salvation in our hands. And if you think it does, read the book again. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Ask her if she wants to stay a while, and she will be loved, and she will be loved. Tap on my window now.
Michael's Flooring Outlet online at igotfloor.com. Have you looked into flooring for your home, for your business? You know you want to replace with something that is quality, that has value. Well, that's Michael's Flooring Outlet, and they've got 3 locations in the Missouri area here in St. Louis, and they service both sides of the river. If you are thinking new carpet, rip out the old, put in brand new, fresh, clean, beautiful, soft Mohawk Smart Strand carpet, you can go to the right place at Michael's Flooring Outlet. You can visit them in one of their 3 spots, easily to find in Dardine Prairie, in West County, on Olive Boulevard, just a mile off 270 West on Olive. You can also visit them in St. Charles County on Main Street in Old Town St. Peters at Mid Rivers and Highway 70. Michael's wants to get to know you. They want to make you the next person who's going to leave one of the many, many reviews that they feature on their website, because they're very proud of the business that they do, the people that they serve, the repeat customers that they get back. If you're shopping for flooring, visit them online and start the process there. igotfloor.com.
Let's show our appreciation for local heroes. Mark Cox here. Nominate a first responder and their department could get lunch from Grill Master Tony's. I'll personally deliver it. Share their story at 971talk.com. Nominate them today.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code NEXT for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code NEXT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code NEXT.
With conviction and clarity, The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
So tomorrow, Ruler Foods, that's our food drive. We do this every year. I'm so excited. I hope that you're going to be able to make it out. A lot of people like to do shopping. And, usually what ends up happening, we usually have a food bank rep there from the St. Louis Area Food Bank.
Yeah, the CEO will be there.
And she will stand there and tell you, what they need. And usually what they need is protein. So protein is more expensive, generally speaking. So less people will drop that off compared to maybe canned green beans and that type of stuff. So if you want to do very thoughtful, intentional donating tomorrow, you can show up and talk to them, and they'll tell you, here are the things that we could use the most of. But at the end of the day, a lot of people will come in and hand us cash. And I hold this wad of cash, and I'm documenting every dollar that comes in, and Trisha's doing the same thing so that we know exactly what we have brought in. And Ryan goes and supermarket sweeps Ruler Foods to the extent where we have been buying pallets of things before.
Yeah, we've done that several times. I've gotten it down to a science now, not the science. I've gotten it down to a science in that I know Ruler well enough to know how to get the best bang for the buck when you donate something to the food bank. And by the way, all of that, all the donations, all the food, they stay right here. So it's
right in the St. Louis area.
It's all
not with Ryan.
Not right here in the studio.
He's like oatmeal cream pies for everybody named me.
I do that as well sometimes.
You do that?
I do. But it's a good cause, and it is local, and they vet the people who get the food. And, I feel very good about this charity, and it's one of the reasons we do it every year, not because I feel good about it, but because it is a very good charity, and it is very local, and we're all very happy with it.
So if people want to bring in donations, you can write checks directly to the food bank, the St. Louis Area Food Bank, and those checks we hand over to them. But if you want to help contribute to our shopping trip that Ryan's going to do at the end, then what you're going to do is... Okay, I was like, stay tuned for more.
We're going to go right past the top of the hour. And
yeah, if you want to contribute to Ryan's shopping trip, which would make Ryan very happy, you can stop by and drop off a $5 bill. Whatever you want to give.
Whatever.
Sometimes it's envelopes, and we open it up, and it's like, are you sure? Did you count this? Is there a different envelope? We've gotten some amazing donations.
A lot of fun. Hey, it's the Christmas spirit, right?
Every dollar counts.
Right.
There's no pre-qualification. Come in and be a part of the giving season. We're very excited for it tomorrow. It's at Ruler Foods in St. Charles. We'll be out there from noon to 3. Come be a part of something great. We would love to meet you or to see you again. Quick break. Annie, are you okay? At 2:30, and Ethan Sports and Local a little bit before that. Don't go away.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
AirComfortService.com, 314-513-0091. For $99 right now, a licensed technician can come to your home and do a thorough diagnostic test and check of your system. How's the furnace doing? Is your home warm? It's supposed to get really cold. I think I heard Dave Murray say that it's going to get to 4 this weekend.
A low of 4.
4.
Yeah, a high on Sunday of like 17.
That's your comfort zone better be in good working order. And if it's not, the people at Air Comfort Service, they're the phone call to make because you want the person to be able to come out one time, assess the situation, and get it right. And that's why at our house, we've only called Air Comfort Service. 314-513-0091, 314-513-0091. If you find yourself with no heat, no hot water this holiday season, call the team at Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. We have done this during the holiday season, and I'm glad that I had Air Comfort Service to call. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
Surprise! Surprise! You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired, like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
For the first time, I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, allowed to wear regular clothes and to keep shackles hidden from the cameras during today's hearing, which has just gone behind closed doors, as the judge hears arguments on several issues, including a request from state prosecutors for clarity on a gag order.
There may have been hundreds of eyewitnesses there that day, and the state wants the judge to clarify exactly who is going to be considered a witness and what anyone can and cannot say under this gag order moving forward.
Fox's Matt Finn at the courthouse in Provo, where Robinson was smiling and talking with defense attorneys before the judge moved into closed session. He's charged with multiple counts, including murder. Kirk was shot and killed in September during a public event at Utah Valley University. The head of Homeland Security facing pushback during a briefing for lawmakers on worldwide threats.
The House Homeland Security Committee heard from Secretary Kristi Noem, who defended the Trump administration's policies on immigration during a hearing that was interrupted multiple times by protesters shouting "Stop ICE raids" and "End deportations." She said migrants posed a major threat to the U.S., but also focused on other issues.
Our critical infrastructure faces a perilous landscape, largely driven by the impact of cyber attacks.
from bad actors and cyber criminals.
Some Democrats on the committee posed tough questions and called for her resignation.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The White House says a search for solutions will continue after 2 health care plans fail in the Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 48.
The same result for each one, not getting the 60 votes needed to advance. Democrats still pushing for an extension of Obamacare subsidies to avoid a spike in premiums coming soon. A Republican alternative would have shifted that spending to government-funded health savings accounts. America is listening to Fox News.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Mostly cloudy skies all afternoon. There'll be a couple of snow flurries from time to time. 35 should do it for the high. Tonight, clouds, a couple of flurries, 29. Friday, quiet, partly sunny and 40. Friday night, down to 21. Now, Saturday, there'll be clouds and snow flurries and light snow around 28. Saturday night, we go to 4. Sunday, sunny and cold, 16. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Rain.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. YouTube poll for today. Is there a war on Christmas? Yes or no? You can leave your comments on the Annie Fry YouTube live channel on our live broadcast right now. You can also text us at 314-241-9797. Scooter commented, O'Reilly ran the infamous, quote, Christmas Under Siege in 2004. That's kind of what I was talking about. He really kind of marketed the idea of a counter offense against what I would consider to be an anti-traditionalist, anti-Christian message, and kind of wrapped everything in it so we could argue about it for 2 months a year.
Yeah, he did a good job of doing it.
Still talking about it.
Right.
Jesse Waters was talking, the war on Christmas discussion was had yesterday because David Spade made a comment about, he saw he refers to it as a dopey mall. They had a Christmas tree up, and he's like, they called it a tree lighting ceremony. He's like, what kind of tree? The Five yesterday was a bit critical of David Spade, going, why are you just talking about this right now? Like, why, where have you been? And I thought, that's not the take that I would have against that. I would be like, we've gotten so far in the absurdity of what's actually going on that David Spade feels comfortable talking about it to Dana Carvey on a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what David Spade's faith background is. No clue. But for him to say something like that, you go, hey, welcome to the club, man.
Yeah, he didn't have, it's a podcast between those two comedians. It's one where they talk about anything and everything. They're not limited, but they're also not barriered in what they can discuss. And the fact that it actually came up, I thought, when I first saw that, I was not interested in this story at all because I am annoyed by the war on Christmas. This is the hot take. It is wrong for you, if you're talking about it in the sense of Christmas, the war on Christmas being a war against Christianity, it's wrong for you to go up to someone and be like, Merry Christmas, and then like stare at them and wait for them to affirm that they are not at war with you over Christmas. That's not the Christmas spirit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes.
Some guy hands you your brown bag with your cheeseburger and is like, "Hey, happy holidays." And you're like, "What?" I almost said a bad word. What a meanie.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, I think I can say that word, but I shouldn't because my children would shun me. When someone says happy holidays to you, it's not always an affront to your faith walk. When someone says, happy holidays in passing, they might be somebody who has just said a variety of things at a retail store 1,000 times, and they've said Merry Christmas and they've said happy holidays, and it came out. And I think when we overemphasize war on Christmas, it turns warriors out to battle for the sake of Christmas, and then we start seeing it where we're manifesting this thing to come into play, when really what we should be doing is being so joyful and full of merriment that people go, that person really seemed happy. I wonder why that is. And it's the spirit. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. I'm talking about the person you accosted at Hardee's the other day.
The problem is I didn't do anything of the sort.
That's not true.
But what
I said is not true.
Problem is that there are people in this country who are culture warriors who have made Merry Christmas into a battle. They've made it into, no, that's offensive. They've made any mention of Christmas tree.
I just think that the proper way to handle those people is to shun them like the idiots that they are.
I'm not arguing with that.
Not meet them on the other fringe side of whatever it is. I don't think it is bad now. I think it's been bad.
Do you think, though, that those people who are trying to make it into an issue...
Wait, on which side? The right?
No, the people who are wagging their finger at Lowe's for having Christmas trees.
The people in Kansas City Hall.
Yes. If those people, do you think that they have tried to bait us into making it a war?
I think they hate Donald Trump, and it's all they have left at Christmas time. Can't we just have this? I hate Christmas and Trump, but mostly Trump, and this is the only way I can get it out. Happy holidays. It hurts.
No, what you really hate is Bill O'Reilly.
No, I love Bill. Jesse Waters was Bill O'Reilly's producer at the time when all of this stuff was going on, and he's sitting there. He didn't go there because I don't think Jesse Waters wants to live in Bill O'Reilly's very tall and sizable shadow. But this is just, I'm tired of it. Like, can't we just be tired of morons? And when they start doing stupid things, be like, I'm gonna be over here, and then you just go away and you shun them to the place where they belong. I mean, I actually think that when you listen to the way Spade is talking about this, and kind of like his tone is like mocking, and you almost pity the people who can't enjoy the
There was
thing.
a tree lighting ceremony for the Christmas tree in some dopey mall. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But it said tree lighting ceremony, and they were careful not to say the word Christmas during the whole ceremony. I'm like, why? Why can't? So it's just a tree, and you go. I would understand if you said they're doing the tree lighting at the Grove or whatever. You go, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking a beating down in Africa. It's like, this is not the year to be Christian. I will tell you that. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
A lot of that is tough.
So this doesn't have the part in this clip that I heard also, which is what kind of turned me off to the clip of it. They go in to explain how Christmas is pretty secularized right now. Part of this conversation is them saying, like, just because you call it a Christmas tree, it's not a Christian tree. It's a Christmas tree. Christmas is a very secular holiday for a lot of people today, which is true. Those are all true things. But I'm not seeing this clip here actually has them talking more about Christians than the initial one. This one had a little bit of a cut in it, so I don't know the order of which these things were said. But they were advocating for how silly and ridiculous removing Christmas from Christmas tree is, because it's not even really that Christian of a holiday anymore, which is also true. But again, that's not if that's their advocacy, they're just saying these are dumb people. They're not saying that this is the latest in the war on Christmas. They're just saying that dumb people are in charge of things. And they're right.
It's indicative of the temperature when somebody who doesn't want to be involved in any culture wars, which is probably most people, they go, you know what? The easiest way for me to not be involved in any culture war is to not say the word Christmas. That's a bad place to be because those people may not be trying to make any sort of statement. In fact, they're trying to do the exact opposite. They don't want to make waves.
That's everything woke. That's the only reason woke has been allowed to grow into the monster that it has been. And this is part of that. To the point that we were making earlier in the segment, I think that the fact that David Spade and Dana Carvey are talking about this means that battle, that war it's over.
It's tilting though. It's not over. It'll never go away. But it is, because here's what drives me crazy. A couple commenters actually said this too. Kate says, not saying Christmas tree is denial. Just like Biden is okay, just like the emperor's clothes. Okay. Christmas tree. If you can't say Christmas tree, that drives me crazy. In your ads, whatever, if you're selling Christmas stuff, I get that maybe you don't want to say Christmas about everything all the time, but that is a Christmas tree. Those are Christmas lights. They're not holiday lights.
Does it invoke action out of you? Do you feel the need to respond and to defend the honor of Christmas?
Yes. But I don't know what to do with it.
But do you do it?
I don't know how to do it.
This has been going on for 20 years.
Yes, and it drives me crazy. It has driven me crazy for 20 years. So I do think those things are there. I think that they get made fun of more now, and people have responded to that better now, but they're still there.
I would venture to say that it's an 80-20 in the reverse issue, that 80% of the people aren't noticing that it doesn't say Christmas tree.
I think they did initially. I think when you started calling things holiday tree, it sounded foreign.
But that's calling it a holiday. I'm not disagreeing or agreeing your point, but I think calling it a holiday tree is a more aggressive action than just saying we're going to light the tree.
Agreed.
If you say we're going to light the holiday tree, then I'm like, shut up, dummy, out loud instead of just in my brain.
Well, also, 15 years ago, I started to notice them saying, oh, come to our holiday lights festival. Well, my entire life, those had been called Christmas lights. And all of a sudden, it's holiday lights.
Are you offended if you go? And I didn't go to the Tillis Park, which I have been before and is lovely. If they have a menorah out there, does it bother you?
Absolutely not.
Then they're holiday lights. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't see that. Now, is it all a Christmas story, or are there other things represented in there that actually would make it? We have a lot of Jewish people in the St. Louis area. If there were Hanukkah things present there, and they were made to be holiday lights, but they're not shying away from Christmas, I don't take a personal offense to that. I don't have time to take a personal offense to that. There are so many things that outrank, if you're going to like a Tillis Park or something. If you're the Kansas City Hall and you're sending out these finger-wagging letters that are like, we will strip religion out of everything that we acknowledge this holiday season. But what you're really doing is only stripping the Christianity out of everything that you're doing. Everything else that you present when it involves as well religious acknowledgement of other non-Christian religions. You do that because you support diversity. But you're willing to rip Christianity out of it in the name of diversity and still celebrate the secular holiday that is Christmas because you're going to put red and green out, but we're not going to have a manger scene. But you're going to have all these other things that are religiously affiliated. When you're doing that at City Hall, then I think it's time to circle the wagons and shame these people. I want to shame them. I don't want to fight them. I want to point and laugh at them, which I think is the best way to highlight things that are absurd and be like, you are absurd. You should be embarrassed by how stupid you are. That's where I am, as opposed to...
Yes, but I put this in the same category that the left has been doing very successfully for a generation now, and that is manipulating the language subtly to prove points. They do this all the time. They did it with illegal immigrant. It used to be alien. Now it's undocumented. You can't say homeless anymore. Now it's unhoused.
Because it's been done to them.
It's the stupidest stuff, but it's minor. But when you hear it, I think you do have to call it out.
Never have I said not to call it out. Saying that it's the war on Christmas, it really comes down to the people who are aggressive Merry Christmasers outside of the actual intended wish of Merry Christmas.
Fair.
Don't be that person either. I'm probably the only person in conservative media being like, knock it off, people. But here I am. Ethan, Sports and Local next.
To us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas night.
Ryan, do you hear how threatening she is when she says that to you?
She's winning is what she's doing.
It's funny. She sounds just like you.
With her love.
Yeah, and her angelic voice.
It is just like me.
It is just like you. That's why everybody always calls you angelic. It's
Yes,
the
they
first
do.
thing that comes to
Little
mind.
cherub.
All right, Ruler Foods tomorrow. We have the opportunity to come together and do something pretty incredible together. A few times a year, we on the Annie Fry Show try to tap into the very best listeners that are out there. That's you. And what we need from you is support at our Ruler Foods food drive tomorrow, taking place at the St. Charles Ruler Foods. Please come join us noon to 3 live in person. You can come shop at the Ruler Foods. You can enjoy the savings on, all the different things that Ruler Foods has regularly, a little bit less than the other places you're going to go get them. I want to encourage you as well to understand the value of the Ruler Foods app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, now's a good time to do that. Get exclusive savings, browse weekly ads, and even order delivery all right from your phone. But tomorrow, you can tap into those $75 in digital coupons that are available every week, $75 off that you can save when you shop with the app. Maybe pay forward some of those coupon savings into putting something in a nice red bin for the St. Louis Area Food Bank. If you are shopping at Ruler Foods, you are saving. And tomorrow, if you are shopping at Ruler Foods in St. Charles, you are going to be save and pay forward at the same time. What a great way to celebrate Christmas. RulerFoods.com.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping that old tub for a sleek, easy-to-clean shower? It's Mark Reardon from Michael's Baths with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top-quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years of experience. And now they're going to throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule your free in-home consultation today, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com. That's michaelsbaths.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair,
Then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Hold up. Check it out.
Sports and local.
Here is Ethan doing an entire segment in iambic pentameter.
Boy.
All right.
Finest.
Fun.
Are you guys ready for sports and local? Isn't that what
Wow.
it is? Isn't that how it
You're
goes,
pretty
kinda?
close.
Something like that?
You're not far.
We're not smart enough to know if it's not, so I just sell it like that is good. Keep going.
It's all, it's emphasis on syllables, but I couldn't do
Syllables.
the rhythm.
Emphasis on syllables.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And the head bob.
Yeah, I think it's every fifth syllable, which is why it's penta.
Okay.
You're close.
Anything sports and local in there?
Nah.
All right.
We're just going to keep talking about
Iambic
pentameter. Pentameter.
Yes, that.
Hey, congratulations to Joe Buck for winning the Ford C. Frick Award, which is baseball's top broadcasting honor. The Ford C. Frick Award is presented annually by the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York. And it was announced just yesterday that Joe Buck would be receiving this award and will now be in Cooperstown along with his father, Jack Buck, for all of eternity. They become the first father-son duo to ever win, but to have ever both won the award. And obviously, most people know the connection that Buck has to St. Louis. Grew up here, called Cardinal games for 16 years, I believe, 91 to 2007. I mean, World Series, Super Bowls. Now he's on Monday Night Football. So congratulations to Joe Buck. There were several St. Louis broadcasters up for this award this year. John Rooney. I was not there.
Oh.
That would be an amazing
Aim higher,
someday.
Ethan. Aim higher.
John Rooney was up
Have you
for
sent
it.
them this segment yet?
No,
Oh.
not yet. It's
Maybe-
coming, though.
Maybe that's why.
At the end of this segment, you'll send this segment?
Well, the iambic pentameter was pretty good.
That
so,
was good.
You know,
Ford C. Frick people are going to be like,
Let's
wow.
practice saying iambic pentameter.
Pentameter.
Yeah, potato man.
Folks, this is radio gold.
It's going to win the Ford C. Frick Award for Ethan Hannaford.
He's going to win the frickin' award for sure.
You know what? I'm glad the Bucks won that. Take that, other father-son duos. Take that, Griffey's and Alamars.
Yeah, what have they
All
done?
broadcasters.
Hardly even accomplished anything.
Yeah, whatever.
I love Jack Buck. I love Joe Buck. I have never understood the Joe Buck hate.
Same.
I was just saying it'd be kind of weird if you were like, I get it.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He really embraces the hate too, which
Oh, he
actually
does.
I feel like if I was ever on the bubble with it, maybe I don't hate him because people think he's a super homer when he does St. Louis stuff or whatever. But I just don't. Doesn't his bio on Twitter say something like "I hate your team" or something to that effect? He's like, it says something like, "You're right, I hate your team."
I got to meet him 2 years ago when he and Chip Carey did the broadcast together for the Cardinals-Cubs game.
The Suns.
Yes. And that was a lot of fun, and it was very entertaining being around those two. That was a pretty cool
He sat
experience.
in on a banana ball broadcast.
Joe Buck did?
You gotta check that out. I don't think it was it might have been the second game at Busch, possibly. I think it might have been.
Really? I did not know that.
It was funny because he's like, I do not know how to do this because nothing is normal. And listening to Joe Buck offer his 2 cents on what's going on during a banana ball game is pretty funny.
Chip Carey's
He is pretty funny, too.
I think he's hilarious.
Chip Carey's dad, Skip Carey, was also one of the finalists, and Buck will be honored during the Hall of Fame Awards presentation as a part of baseball's Hall of Fame weekend in the middle of July, the 24th through the 27th. So a congratulations to Joe Buck. It is a big day for SLU Sports because the soccer team tonight is playing in the College Cup. They have made
Can you
it
do
to...
this like Donald Trump would announce it like last time? but also in iambic pentameter.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
You can just say no, Annie. I can't do that.
No, I can't do it.
Right, you're doing the Ryan thing right now, which is I throw these things out and he just starts doing something.
I guess we'll try. It usually goes okay.
They are pretty great.
You don't really want it to. You don't want it to go too well, so you're doing fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Ryan,
that.
what's it like to watch this happen?
Horrifying.
It's like looking in a funhouse mirror.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a little
And
bit.
it makes me look fat when I look at this one.
Calling me fat?
No,
I
he's
don't know.
calling himself fat.
I don't know. You take that however you want it.
Okay.
Slew. My job is to keep the train on the tracks.
Hell of a subject change there. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. SLU last week in the Elite Eight beat Akron 3-2.
Take
and
that, Ohio.
Yes, thank you,
Or
Ryan.
just that part of
That's
Ohio.
Akron, New Hampshire.
I don't know.
Isn't New Hampshire kind of a funny state?
Yeah, it is kind
That's
of.
kind of a good one to pick.
Yeah, because it says ham in it.
People forget it. It's there.
Yeah.
Sorry, New Hampshire.
Sounds like a nice place, but it says ham.
Shire.
Shire.
SLU will
Ethan,
be
come on, let's
facing
go.
off against North Carolina State tonight with kickoff. Is that what they call it? Yeah, they call it soccer kickoff. 8:30.
Seeing how if you knew that, you'd be in the frickin' Hall of Fame or whatever it is.
You're right. I would be a Ford C. Fricker. And
Ryan already is.
Yeah. So is my mom.
Georgetown and Furman will be playing each other in the other semifinal game. And if SLU were to win, they would play in the national championship on December 15th against the winner of that game. And they are in pursuit of their 11th NCAA championship. Their 10 titles is already the most in college soccer.
If there was a funnier random state than New Hampshire, what would it be?
Probably North Dakota. People just don't think about it that much.
Think they have a South Dakota complex?
Yeah, I do.
Would you, if you were North Dakota?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
And do.
I do. Ethan, come on, let's go.
Come on, Ethan.
St. Louis County leaders are facing a budget shortfall of more than $80 million.
That's not funny.
I never said it was. And they told the county council that they are expecting to discuss how exactly to address it. There's a couple of proposals on the table. Everyone's favorite county executive, Sam Page, is advocating for using RAM settlement money and generating revenue through an internet sales tax. The county council is proposing major across the board cuts, including the potential of closure on of the 3 county public health clinics.
You know what Sam Page has missed out on is walking into any room being like, hey, is everybody on the Sam Page? Because it's just one letter shy of that
Actually,
phrase.
he had a hope to go to Hollywood. He tried that line, and now this is where he landed. This Sam
As a young
Page.
man, he went out to L.A.
Yeah, and he's like,
I'm going to ride Sam Page puns all the way to the bank. And Hollywood was like, no, thank you.
no, we're going to pass. Hard pass.
I'll become county executive instead.
One more, Ethan?
Yeah, I saw this one on
Got to figure out a way
Facebook
to make that happen.
the other day, actually, because I think you had shared it, Annie.
To you?
No, I don't think with
Oh.
me, just had shared it in general.
Okay.
SIUE
Oh,
is
God.
rebranding
This is real?
to an alternate identity.
This story, Fox 2, is that the one I shared?
Yes.
It's not. The story was done so poorly.
Yeah.
It's just, they're just going to, a couple games, be the 66ers for Route 66. Guys, listen, there is a generation that cares about this. They are not in college. But they're still the Cougars. They're not going to not be the Cougars. It's just like an alternate 1 game a year per sport or whatever, maybe 2. They're going to be the Sixers. They're still going to be the Cougars, but I
Hold
haven't
on.
seen
the 66ers.
66ers, whatever.
Get
Did I
it
say
right.
Sixers?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's wrong. They're not going to not be the Cougars anymore, but none of the stories being done on this are saying that. They're saying they're rebranding to an alternate mascot. Is that how it's worded?
Identity.
It's not being reported well. And I haven't seen a single one of my alumni community be like, this is awesome. Everyone's like, I'm not, well.
What are they saying, Annie?
No, it's just. It's
Put it on the
not,
podcast.
It's not complimentary.
Okay.
They are changing their identity to a road. They are identifying as a road.
To me, that doesn't make any sense. It's either XX or XY.
What else can I tell you guys about this? Annie pretty much summed it up well. You know what this reminds me of? A lot of minor league baseball teams do this, where they will randomly
so they
change,
can sell more jerseys.
Yeah, they will change their team name for a couple of games a year. They do like fun theme nights with it. I have never seen I'm sure they're out there, but I've never seen a Division I university.
I'm getting
do
text
this.
messages from people I graduated college with, and they're not complimentary.
What do you guys all have against Route 66, huh?
It's like Jackie says here, they have a large sign for photo ops in Kirkwood for Route 66. Those signs are all along Route 66.
They're all
There's
over the
one in
place.
Collinsville. There's one in Edwardsville. There's one where it's that. There are two in Edwardsville. There's definitely one down by the old high school. But you can sit in the 6 and take a picture. Okay, for people who are driving Route 66 and you're driving past these things, that's cool. That's fine. Nobody thinks about Route 66 in connection as a mascot to SIUE.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself. And
yes,
nobody.
you are, and you are correct.
Everybody. Thank you.
Here's what I will say. This could have gotten a lot more notice. It could have been a lot more viral if they...
The 67ers.
That's not what I was going to say.
Well, what were you going to say then? What were you going to say? That is what you were going to say.
It is.
Brad, play the music.
Everybody's saying that. I have a text from my friend Ben, who I was his RA, and he said the 67ers would have been a much bigger hit.
That would have gone... I mean, that would have been
Yes.
It would have been everywhere.
Just do it. Everybody in college basketball right now.
I mean, like,
when you
it
get
may
to
have
the
been on
67
SportsCenter.
Yes, it would have. It would have. That would have been a smart gimmick. But we missed the boat on that one. Maybe there's still time, because I still think people don't understand what's happening.
I don't know why you guys hate that road so bad. Every time I drive past those cool signs and I sit in them and I take a picture, which happens probably
You've never done
once
it.
or twice per month.
You've never done it.
I sit in there and I go, why don't they rename the college this? I say that. And there's no proof that I haven't. And I am a good guy. Don't stop talking.
Annie, are you okay next? Don't go away.
I want your belly and that summer feeling.
Stewart's American Mortgage, 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Call Stewie, text Stewie, and tell him, hey, Annie said you can help me with my mortgage situation. What is your mortgage situation? I'm not 100% sure, but if it involves potentially buying a new home, you're going to need a new mortgage. You need Stewie. If you're looking at your current mortgage right now and rates have come down from their highest of highs, yesterday we got another rate cut at the Fed. Will that help rates come down for mortgage rates? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not that smart. But if they do, and yours needs to get locked in at a lower rate, the Bagel Loan makes it so you don't have to pay anything to do that. It's a no-brainer. The other thing you might want to use a Bagel Loan for is a cash-out refinance of your home. Tap the equity that's in your home, pay down high-interest credit card debt, improve your home. Do whatever you want to do with that money. It's your equity. You use it for your benefit. Remember, the Bagel Loan means no closing costs for you to have to pay for. 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week. New segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back. We're better. Let's get it.
This is a reminder to come see us tomorrow at Ruler Foods for the Ruler Foods annual food drive that we do on the Annie Fry Show. Noon to 3, we'll be out there broadcasting live, so even if you can't make it, you can listen and donate in person. If you're anywhere near St. Charles, try to come by tomorrow between noon and 3 because we just love seeing you. And, of course, that's how we raise either money or food total for the St. Louis Area Food Bank, depending on how you choose to give. We will see you tomorrow. It is 2:35 right now. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Fox News National, St. Louis Local, 97.1 FM Talk.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
All right, Trisha's here.
Hey, Annie and crew.
Hi.
Hi, crew.
Just call me Jay because I'm crew.
Stop it. No.
This is just a little joke.
Nope.
It's a little joke. Annie's outside the studio.
Somebody tell her that's a push.
Somebody tell her she can come in anytime she wants.
Hi, Annie.
Is this the time check?
No.
This is the show.
This is the show. We
Welcome
breezed
back.
through that.
I'm done and I'm ready for the Ruler Foods food drive.
We just talked about that.
Well, I'm here. Almost.
Let's hear some hilarious stories from Trisha.
Whoa. Here I am.
This is Wiggins America, right?
Here we go.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Annie. Hey. Drone drops steak and crab legs for prisoner feast.
Brian.
Dude.
This
That's
out
like,
of
I
South.
gotta check out jail.
What do you got to do to get in there? Apparently a lot.
There are a number of things to stay in. I think it's quite a few
Cost
things.
people for
Yeah.
not believing in Merry Christmas enough.
This out of South Carolina, a drone dropped a package with steak, weed, crab legs, and cigarettes in a prison yard.
It's the old nail file on the cake. Just updated.
It was found by
It's like the less aspirational, but more mellow criminal.
You're not trying to get out, are
I
you?
don't know. No, I'm cool here. Have you seen what they're
Could
dropping?
you just send me a surf and turf and some drugs?
maybe
Yep,
a carton
can
of
do.
cigarettes. It was found by a guard first, and the drone was seized. Prison officials
sure it
said
was.
they are investigating. No arrests have been made. It is unclear who the intended recipient
We'll
was.
need a few more deliveries in order to make a solid
Yeah,
judgment.
keep sending these and we'll find. That's the mistake. Why do you leave the drone? The drone just should fly over the jail and drop the stuff.
I think that they intercepted it before the drone could get away, was the way I read it.
So if you see a drone carrying a live lobster, like shoot that down.
They're
Let's
like,
see
we're
what
gonna
that
take
is.
that down. I
With
gotta
a dime
check that
bag in
out.
its
Shoot
claw.
the drone. Don't shoot the lobster.
Right. Keep the lobster.
Annie, are you okay with drones?
Like Obama drones or lobster drones?
Lobster
However you
drones.
want to take that question.
Or
drones.
maybe there's a future for lobsters in warfare.
Are you okay with drones?
Yes. I think I don't
About Davy Drone's locker.
big fan, been there. I think that drones are going to be such a thing of normalcy in the future that any apprehension that we have here in 2025 is going to seem kind of silly. Trisha, you remember before the internet?
Yes.
There is
I miss
no
that.
way that my children can grasp the two lives that we have lived. And I'm always trying to assess. I think AI might be that next thing, that there was before AI and there was after AI. But I think like all that technology with stuff like drones, I think our grandkids will be like, you didn't have drones delivering your food or whatever. I just feel like it seems kind of maybe like the Back to the Future flying cars, that's just the way it's going to be. But I kind of think it's going to be that way. We're pretty close anyway.
You think that we or our kids will just be walking down the street and be like, drones,
Lobster,
I don't even care.
weed.
Not even a big deal.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to prison.
Man,
You're super close to Beaker.
man ate 1,000 sardines in a month, lost 6 pounds, and smelled like a fish market.
Ryan.
Cool. I like this.
A
I like where this
Harvard
is going.
and Oxford-trained metabolic health researcher ate 1,000 of the tinned fish in 30 days, stating he wanted to see if they could deliver the benefits of fasting without the drawbacks. Throughout the diet, he said he felt unusually light and strong.
Sardines are good for you.
That's
Although,
33 sardines a day.
that is a lot of
It's-
sardines.
To my understanding, it
That's
was all he ate.
33 sardines a day, too many.
Does he understand the concept of fasting?
Well, it apparently, because of the makeup of sardines, it kicks you into ketosis. Like,
Really?
It would kick
fasting
me into the barfing.
Yeah.
It also made him smell bad despite showering, brushing his teeth, and spritzing cologne.
Gosh, if only you could figure out why that was.
Annie, are you okay with sardines?
No. No.
Oh, you're crazy.
No.
Sardines are great.
Are sardines and herring different fish?
Yes. Have you ever had pickled herring?
Brian.
Guess what you're getting for Christmas?
I believe I know exactly what I'm getting for Christmas now,
Pickled herring and sardines.
which I like as much as cream soda.
Fair.
Go back and watch the YouTube short of Ryan giving me soda for my birthday.
I'm going to get you some more stuff like that.
I'm prepared. I'm not prepared for you to give me nice and thoughtful gifts like when you got me the Disney photo album.
You just never know, do you?
From 2008. No, I'm pretty sure I mostly know.
No, you
There's
don't.
definitely not a never in front of the
I'm a
never know.
50-50. Sometimes I'll get you some real
You are
crap.
not. 50-50 is too much credit. The fact that there
But
is...
the 40% is fantastic, though.
It's not bad.
Admit it.
It's frustrating.
Admit it.
It's frustrating to know how thoughtful you can be and choose sometimes not to be.
It's that whole expectation setting thing that he does with his wife.
Yeah, but when he said that, he said it's an incremental thing so that you're always impressing. That's not what he does for me.
I didn't know I would be on this show that long.
10 Neither did I, Trisha. That's 10 consecutive gifts. Like the fourth one is magnificent. It's like show-stopping. Oh my gosh, Ryan, this was so thoughtful of you. And he's like, I know. And then the next one is a case. He's like, case of soda. I said to him, I go, Ryan, this is expired. He goes, no, it's not. But it was totally, you said, it was believable that it would have been.
Well, I didn't check the expiration when I bought it. I just assumed it was fine.
I just
which
assumed
it was.
You got it from some sort of
club
thrifty place.
No. Well, Menards.
Did you get it from Menards?
Uh-huh.
Did you save big money?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
11%.
Ryan, you were in Menards.
Got a rebate
and you
on her
saw
birthday soda.
You saw a case of soda, and you're like, that's got to be Annie's.
Mm-hmm. I walked around it like a director with my hands. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You look at it from this angle. That looks like an Andy gift to me. What do you guys think? There was nobody with me.
You're so weird.
Swedish
That really happened. I believe that really happened.
Swedish man teaches pet octopus to play piano.
Wow, I bet that's fantastic.
A musician and YouTuber posted a video to the platform detailing how he taught an octopus to play the piano.
Stupid question. Is the piano underwater?
Oh, that is a stupid question. Don't acknowledge that.
Is it?
No, the octopus stays underwater. I couldn't figure out. In fairness, I didn't watch his.
There are a lot of
I read
questions.
it. There are a lot of questions. So it says that he had a specially designed keyboard. I couldn't tell if the keyboard was underwater, but he also had to install a crab elevator so he could like lower crab in to entice the octopus to play the notes.
So it's not a real
What
piano.
is the payoff here? And is it paid for by our taxpayer dollars?
Probably, at least subsidized. The device would lower the crab in a small amount as like to tease the animal into learning to play. Anyway, once he figured it out, he started playing guitar with the animal, and now they play almost every day together. And you can watch it on YouTube.
Wait, he started playing guitar himself while the piano...
While the octopus
I mean,
plays
the guitar
piano.
could really pick that up itself. It does have enough tentacles.
Yeah, it could. I don't know. This just seems a little fishy to me.
Annie, are you okay with
Ryan?
piano?
No. Piano, yeah. I can play piano.
What was it playing, though? Was it playing Chopin, or was it just playing Jingle Bells?
Again, I did not actually watch this.
Because one of these is a little more impressive from an octopus than another, Patricia. Can you do a little research next time?
Sure.
Thank you.
This isn't classical piano.
Oh, okay.
Didn't had to lure a crab in for it to even attempt it? Thought we were talking about an artistic octopus.
And
the entire mollusk family would be ashamed of this.
I hit the button, Ryan.
Brad would like you to stop talking.
And finally, he's just wrapping him up, Brian. So, no. San Francisco woman gives birth in a Waymo. The mother was on her way to a medical center in San Francisco.
In a what?
In a Waymo, a self-driving taxi.
Oh.
When the self-driving taxi support team detected unusual activity inside the vehicle, this prompted a call to the rider as well as a 911 alert. Waymo declined to elaborate on how they knew that something was going on in there, but it does have cameras
Just
inside and
blood shooting
outside
everywhere.
of the screaming. It's so painful.
Alerting Waymo.
Anyway, the taxi ended up taking the passengers to the hospital safely.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was going to make a statement, but it might be your question. I want to scoop the story.
My question is, are you okay with San Francisco?
Oh, that wasn't the answer. That wasn't what I was thinking. No. Could be a great city, much like a lot of other great cities, but Democrats have ruined it. I was going to say that I think I might rather give birth in an empty taxi than one where the cabbie is involved.
Ooh, yeah. If there was... That's a really good
That
point.
wasn't your question. Ryan, how about you?
As long as they didn't charge extra fare for the extra person.
Yeah, but what if you could drive in the HOV lane?
Because if they Well, you already have two.
No, you don't. Not if it's
Oh,
an
and
empty.
if it's self-driving.
Yeah. You could have the cabbie in there.
I will say my concern is primarily economic. Do they charge you by the person or by the trip? Because if it's by the person, by the end of that trip, you're paying more. Have you thought about that, smart guy?
You're getting very aggressive to Trisha, who is wearing
I didn't watch the octopus video. I didn't check the rates on Waymo in San Francisco.
Trisha, what do you even do all day?
What do I do all day?
Clearly as much as we do. No, I when I see people delivering babies on the way to the hospital and
you do.
No. And like police officers have to get involved, or you have to pull over and the stranger who was following you. Oh my!
This sounds terrible to me too. I know.
I'm just thinking of your wife gave birth without an epidural both times, correct?
Yes.
The twins were born the southern way, correct? They was not a C-section.
No C-section.
So
I think she did get an epidural for the twins, but it didn't really work.
It was later, half or
It didn't
something.
work,
It wasn't.
yeah.
There's nothing that you go through in life like giving birth, and that goes without saying. But being the woman and being in a room surrounded with people, and it's the most humble thing that you can experience, and it's everybody else. Like you're the third or fourth person they've dealt with that day, and they will have more lined up. Like once you give over of yourself of like embarrassment or shame, you're like, oh, these people know. It's like no big deal. Fourth kid, all right, everybody in here, let's go. Doctor told me to have the baby by 12:30. Molly was born at like 12:18. We got everything done, no problems, no embarrassment whatsoever. But that is especially for the first one, is such an incredibly personal, humbling experience that to think that you would be one of those people who has to go through that on the side of the road with a lovely police officer, they do training and stuff like this. Oh my God. I just can't even imagine that experience. No medical.
If you're the husband, you just don't even call the cops, right? You
No.
just eat the placenta, you get her back in the car, you go.
Gosh.
It's like an animal. It's primal. You guys, come on. Come on. What? The music's playing? It's what the husband does in the animal kingdom. What?
I don't know that it is. Is it?
Yes.
Is that what you did?
That's not what
Well,
I did.
then
We
you're
weren't
not
in that
enough of a
circumstance.
man. We'll be right back. Is there a war on Christmas? Don't go away. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. Matt Hayes is waiting for your phone call, and I think that you'll be very happy when you meet Matt Hayes. People meet him and they go, okay, I understand why this guy's been successful for as long as he has in ensuring secure foundations for people just like you in the St. Louis bi-state area. You need to call Home Shield Foundation Repair to keep your basement dry and to keep your home protected. You need someone you can rely on that's going to be honest with you, but also is going to be able to solve the actual problem that's at hand, maybe not manifesting, ones that don't exist or going overboard just to try to get you to do more work than you really need to. Matt Hayes is going to look at your particular situation in your basement if you're experiencing moisture there, and he's going to assess it in a way that is respectful of your time, your dollar, and he's going to deliver with great work to solve that problem once and for all. And then you don't have to worry about what the forecast is, get that pit in your stomach when the rain is coming down or the thunderstorms are setting in. Call Home Shield Foundation Repair at 314-227-9636 and visit them online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com.
Visit 971talk.com/events and enjoy Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a Christmas tradition at Enterprise Center December 23rd. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Visit 971talk.com.
The ACA Market Plan has just announced significant increases on their monthly premiums for 2026, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Greg Hammond's Freedom of Choice plans now. You don't have to wait. One of their plans lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower than most Obamacare plans. Other options are full coverage PPOs with national networks, copays, and 100% annual preventative care. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Greg, and they'll provide all available options. Call 314-794-7784. That's 314-794-7784. Or go to greghammonds.com. That's greghammonds.com. He can custom design a plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Live, local, and conservative. It's the Annie Fry Show. 97.1 FM Talk.
So the YouTube poll for today, this is a great song. This is one of the most underrated Christmas songs, I think. The song Go Tell It on the Mountain. This is a great version too. For King and Country, how do you go wrong with For King and Country? Anyway, we did have a comment a little bit earlier in the show in the YouTube chat, and the poll today is there a war on Christmas, yes or no? And someone said the war on Trisha's sweater.
Easy. So, guys, this is my holiday sweater.
It's a great sweater.
It's a Christmas sweater.
Christmas sweater.
It's Christmas party night.
Did you see?
My
Did you hear
party
her
sweater.
tone? Did you hear her when she said holiday?
Uh-huh.
Gosh. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's the wrong approach.
She says Xmas.
I do. I don't know if you've ever seen me do this, but I write PXmas for Christmas.
What does that mean?
It's like the Cairo, the P with the X on the bottom.
PX like prescription?
No, I'm going to show you
Greek.
here just a little bit, like the
Prescription must-
Cairo. If you know what Christ looks like when you.
If you know what Christ looks like.
When you write it.
When you write it.
It's the devil doesn't want
She doesn't have a working marker.
I don't. Do
Oh,
you
there it
need all
goes.
that?
It's a
Do you need
Cairo.
to do all that? Because you can't type it.
It's what
you write it
Constantine-
though.
Cairo, and that is what is used to symbolize Christ. So I just go like this.
Okay. Okay.
For those of you listening at home, what it looks like is a gigantic P with an X through the middle of it. You've seen it, but it's what Constantine put on his shield before they went into the battle. I forget the name of the bridge.
We all knew the history, Brad.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know that is it Greek?
Greek, yeah.
You know
it's
what?
the Greek of it.
The
You know
P
what's
is
easier?
the R.
Just do CMAS if you're trying to shorten it.
No.
CMAS.
Ryan, I don't have a problem with the way I do it. That's the way you should write it. I
I-
write PXmas because it is that's the P and the X. The Cairo is Christ, so it's Christmas.
I understand, but there's a lot of thought that goes into that.
I just didn't
kinda
really. I
pretty.
didn't really have you, Ryan, as an advocate for being against Christmas.
I'm
War on
not.
Christmas.
I'm actually pro.
Some might
Christmas.
say you're a general.
A what?
A general in the war on Christmas.
A general in the war on Christmas.
But
I
just a
don't-
1-star.
I don't think anybody's saying that, Annie.
Okay, Jerry.
Just write CMAS.
Don't you dare say something about peanuts.
And I,
Seamus.
Did I ever tell you my grandma had dentures and she couldn't say T's in her words, and so she'd say peanuts without the T? It was the funniest thing. She
You
was
say
in her
that
90s.
every day.
I love that story.
I mean, it's a good story,
Because she
but
thought
I've
it
heard
was,
it.
and she would say Cheez-Its. It sounded like Jesus. I miss my grandma. We'd be like, get the Cheez-Its out. What kind of crackers should we get, Grandma? She'd be like, Jesus. And she knew She knew what it sounded like. She was in on the joke. We weren't laughing at her. She was laughing with us for sure. All right, the YouTube live chat poll. Trisha, is there a war on Christmas? Yes or no?
No.
Well, 34% of the people and me, we agree with you. 65% say yes, there is a war on Christmas. Thank you for participating today. Go on. You got something to say? You got 4 seconds.
No, you're fine. You're doing
Ruler
a great
Foods.
job.
Ruler Foods tomorrow. Come see us. St. Charles, Ruler Foods. Mark Reardon next.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Bills Happen.
A little bit of creativity could help you save big money on that big holiday party. Secret Santas, donation drives, ornament exchanges, and white elephant gifts are just some ways to avoid breaking the bank. Business writer Jennifer Waters says you should find an acceptable spending level and stick to it.
You really do have to create a budget, plan ahead, focus on some low cost or free activities.
I'm Rob Hart.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, bills happen! So when you need extra cash fast, go to billshappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to billshappen.com. You could find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow. Billshappen.com is safe, secure, and all online. Just remember, when you need cash, go to billshappen.com. Billshappen.com for the cash you need now. Billshappen.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for the Doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. We call them the Doctors because they've treated more than 250 doctors, more than any other practice in St. Louis. So if you're looking for the best doctors for your best vision, it's Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. Doctors Birdie and Malhotra are cornea surgeons and experts in the diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the eye. I had an eye disease when I was younger. It left me with a silicone buckle around my right eye, so I put my trust in Ophthalmology Associates to take care of my annual checkups. Maybe you're experiencing dry eye, allergy eyes. They can help. They can help